morning. Oh my God, the camera's kind of right. It works. Good morning, everybody. How are you? I hope you've had a fabulous morning. I'm gonna relax my neck now. She tired. Good morning. I hope you're doing well this morning. My neck is sore. I stretched it. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I got a beach ass coffee and am childless. Oh my God, what happened to the kids? Did you finally like that hole we dug? I mean, I knew someone was either going to fall into it or you were going to use it. It was one of the two. I got to move my chat so I can see you guys. Hold on. I can't turn that way, man. That's, just that. Ew. Anyways. Good morning, Eliza. Good morning, Nicktastic. How are you? Do you see spooters? Oh my God. Well, you won't see any spiders. Maybe. I don't know. These are the new enclosures that don't have spiders in them. And these are the spiders I need to transport. But they're all underground spiders. So no worries if anybody's scared of spiders. You shouldn't see one. Hopefully. Ow. You shouldn't see one. They don't come out very often. Oh, did they fun? I had to go into the office. I hate it here. So now I'm at home chilling and drawing a hot woman. Fuck yes. I thought you were going to say drawing a hot bath. I was confused. Yesterday was our anniversary, so we wanted to be able to be loud. Fuck yeah, dude. You deserve that. I mean, even if, like, regardless, you just deserve to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. Be naked in your kitchen. I hope the company that dragged Cawthorn is true about Bobert and gets her out of... Wait, what happened about Bobert? I didn't hear anything about that psycho hoe. What happened? Dude, sleeping naked's the best. I honestly, my parents always slept naked. I never went to my mom's room when I was scared because it was scarier. Like, it would just be titties in my face. It's crazy. No, thank you. I'm out. It's come out that she may have been an escort. Do you think that she'd be in as much trouble if she was a liberal? That's a real question. Or do you think it's just like the sensibilities of the right? They're like, oh my God, I might have paid her money. Shit, get rid of her before she can prove it. Like that kind of shit. I wonder sometimes. I cleaned my bong. Good morning, Crispy. You don't have headphones? Ew, Rod. Gross. I like how whenever I come to the stream, I hear something so out of context. First thing I hear is being naked in your kitchen. You know, I think about that sometimes. Like, what is it like to be like a new person in my stream? Like, just popping in, like, hey, there's a blue-haired chick. She might be interesting. And then hearing something like that. Do people run? Or do they stay? I don't know. Oh, whatever. What do you do, right? Have you seen those inflatable neck cracking devices? They look inflatable? No. Mine's a muscle. Mine's all muscle. I can feel it. I have, like, it's pretty gross. I can feel this, like, ping pong ball size knot right here. And it's the source of all my problems. So I'm just like, I rotate my shoulder a lot and stretch the fuck out of it. And I laid on my, like, weird neck pillow this morning. Yeah, it's like in the trap. And I can sit there and, like, push into it and it crunches and shit. And it gets better every day. It's a process, you know, of like, oh God, it's so gross. Oh, I hate it. It's definitely a muscle thing, though, unfortunately. I've never, like, been one that cracks bones, I guess. You know, some people are like, sit there and crack their neck and stuff. I never have. I crack my fingers, I think, just as a weird habit. But that's it. I've never been a cracker. I'm telling you, dry needling? Wait, what's dry needling? Wait, I don't remember you telling me about dry needling before. As a recent convert, I was instantly sold. I mean, I would be. Like, that would catch my... That's like... It's like popping into a stream is like starting a book. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not captured within the first paragraph, you're probably not going to really dive into that book. I'm the same. Like, if I hear some weird shit come out of someone's mouth the second I'm in the stream, I'm like, I'm sticking around. I got to see the context for that. What's up, cunts? Happy 420. I'm going to pull on this pussy's hair for a little bit. But I sure do love L. Wait. Did I say that? God, I'm a fucking weirdo. I think the real news here is that she was allegedly an escort that, through her client, was introduced to Ted Cruz. Oh, okay. I mean, like, sex work is illegal, but we all know where we stand on sex work. We don't like pimps and the child slavery and the human trafficking and stuff. But legal above board, like, there's a lot of. I don't want to villainize someone for being a escort, even though I fucking hate Bobert. You know what I mean? Ooh, thank you, Crispy. Dry needling. Dry needling, also known as trigger point needling and intramuscular stimulation, a pseudoscientific technique used by various healthcare practitioners, including blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's like acupuncture. Ooh, I have another appointment. My massage therapist suggested I should try cupping. If you have never seen cupping before, it's like where they have those glass balls that they fill with heated air and stick it on your back, and it like pulls the muscle up into the like, because my muscles are just fucking rocks in my shoulders. They're just so stiff. And so I do have another appointment it's like right before I go to London. I'm gonna have another massage and cupping. So I'll ask her about it because they do everything there. I go to the place I'm going it's not like a, feelsy massage place where they like light candles and have soft music and warm stones and like hum over you. It's like a athletic massage, like not for my emotional state, more just so I can turn my head, which I guess is for my emotional state because I do get really pissed off when I can't fucking turn my neck. She's now against sex work and abortions. She's a major hypocrite. I mean, yeah. Saw you on the front page and instantly heard something very out of context, so I had to follow it. And since the topic's fuck yes. Gay rights, hell yes. Happy Pride. Be gay. Be proud. Love is love. There are no limits. Fuck yes. It's super effective. Yeah, it's very much a down to business. Like they're more about like, where are you hurting? Let's fix that. Because like you guys know, I trash chiropractors all the time. I'm all for it if it works for you. I'm about the placebo. Like I believe in the placebo effect. If going to a chiropractor seriously solves your problems, do it. However, there's no science to cracking bones. Like there isn't a science. There is no class in school about popping a bone. Like that's not a thing. But what I've learned in my back journey since running into a tree when I was 16 snowboarding is that most of the time when your bones are like feeling like they need to be popped, it's because of muscles pushing on them and twisting and being really tight. And so a lot of the times people will go to a chiropractor every week because if they don't, they start to hurt again because they're not assessing the issue that's causing the pain, which is the tightness of the muscles and everything. And chiropractors don't do anything about muscles. Like that's not their area of expertise. They're there to like spin your neck without breaking it. And so that's kind of my theory behind it. I'm like trying to get the muscles right instead of just like popping up fucking vertebrae all the time. It's less acupuncture, but more where they work on acupuncture needle into a knotted muscle and help it spasm and release. That's what I need. I mean, honestly, like if they do it there, I would do it. I'm desperate. I'll do anything. I can barely like sleep. I think the night before last night was the first time I've had a REM cycle in like 2 months that I've just slept long enough without, waking up and being like, trying to roll over because of my neck. It's terrible. Oh, really? The PT person I see is certified in dry needling. It's usually done in conjunction with stretching and PT. And that's kind of the place I go, is very much like a sports medicine massage therapist place. And so I'm sure they do something like that because they do cupping and they have like stretchy machines and stuff. But it was my first time going. So I was like, I just want you to beat me up, please. Beat me up, Scotty. So the problem I have with Labobo is that she's a hypocrite. She is a hypocrite. 100%. I mean, I can hate her for being a hypocrite, yes. It's that she's cruel. Oh, it's not that she's a hypocrite. It's that she's cruel. She is. Her fervent insistence that others' rights should be curtailed due to reasons that are extra legal is and should be intolerable in society. But if being a hypocrite gets her out of office, I'm fine with that word. I feel that hard. That's kind of how I feel about like Trump. I don't care what he's pinned on anymore. I don't care what they pin on him. I just want to see him go to court. I want to see him in a fucking trial. I want to see him get shut the fuck down. I don't care what it's for, though. It could be stubbing someone's toe. I really don't give a shit anymore. The Mudrucker group? Oh my god. Ugh. Is that what they call themselves? Is Mudruckers? Seriously? Isn't that like a band? No, Fuddrucker. Fuddruckers is a fucking like restaurant or something. Good morning, Jackie. Good morning, Kelt. Nameless, let's cheers. I cleaned my bong and I have a stoner bowl from last night. I think it is it's that Boulder one. I think oh fuck. It's this one. Pink Animal Mints. It's a good strain. I like it. Good morning, Rooster. How are you, love? Good morning, Metal. We're just about to cheers if you'd like to join us. I have one pocket today. It's exactly this big. Good morning, Liza. Cheers. Yeah. My bowl's kind of... Do I have a whore hole? Maybe. No, it's fine. Cheers. It's a very nice strain. I've never had it before. But it's very chill. I play to get drunk as fuck at a tiki bar. Oh shit, dude, like a legit tiki bar? Hell yeah. Her, Trump, and Margarine. I can't believe it's not. I believe it's not anything. The Gathering Crews and the rest of them. This is a cohort that places the ability to be cruel to certain others as a societal value. They're poison. I could not agree with you harder. Like, you're literally singing my soul's song. That's exactly how I feel. Like, it's not just like, why don't you have a hobby that takes you away from thinking about young children's genitals? It's that you are on a platform of malicious intent. And in all other aspects, they truly strive for quite an impressive, like, level of mediocrity in literally anything else. Other than, make trans children a felony, like, look at little girls' genitals so they can play a sport, so on and so forth.
Did you take your joy today? Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I get upset about it. It's crazy, and it's like, I mean, I'm sure a lot of you can identify with this. It's a lot of the things they're attacking aren't attacking me directly. But that doesn't mean I can't be fucking irate for the people I love they are attacking. I don't think that's virtue signaling or any of that bullshit people like to throw at, anybody. They're ridiculous. I mean, there's no words for it. I don't have a word for the mentality that's just like, okay, now. Margarine the Gathering. Oh my god. Exactly. If you're not under assault and someone you care about is, that's the universe's way of nominating you to stand up in defense. 1,000%. And I've heard a lot of these representatives that are still flapping their big dumb mouths. Sorry, I had to burp. That was gross. Sorry. That was like a 0 out of 10. They're like, they like to make memes like, oh, all these white Karens are up in arms about things that don't matter to them. The only person that was offended by my statement was a white woman, and why does she have anything to say about what I said? Because it was like, they've kind of taken Karen and turned it into just white woman who is opinionated. But if being opinionated makes me a Karen, sure, I guess. That's not a Karen. Like, we all know what a Karen is. They lick produce in a pandemic. That's a Karen. But speaking your mind and saying what you're doing is wrong, hateful, evil, and malicious, nefarious, loathsome, it's disgusting. It's foul. It's unoriginal. I mean, for fuck's sake. How long now have we been trying to burn women, and anyone different. Like, isn't that the definition of insanity? Like trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Can we stop? Can you get a hobby that doesn't involve worrying about what's going on with other people's bedrooms, in their bedrooms, and or children's genitals? Because all of the above screams big ol' fucking pedo to me. Which, shocker, like, is actually a gross thing to be. As opposed to gay, which is what they're villainizing. I'm very upset. It's very upsetting. Everyone who are different in any way, quote unquote, will become a target by these people at some point. Exactly. It's literally, it's like, be me or die. I live a life of considerable privilege, and I spend that privilege on protecting those without it and standing up for causes 100%. I couldn't feel that harder. Like, I'm well aware that I am a white woman in society, and that's a pretty good place to be, just in terms of just being accepted by, shitty, horrible humans out in the world and not being attacked openly. And I will never stop using that privilege to fucking smack people in the face, metaphorically or otherwise, because fuck that. It's not okay. Hi, Oos. How are you, love? Good morning. Be white, cis, straight, and Christian, all of them must go. Yeah, literally. I mean, they won't say that out loud, but name something out of that they're pro, besides guns. They're attacking you. They're attacking the values that you believed were commonly held. They're trying to steal the country right from under you. See the poem first. They came 100%. Oh my God, I fucking love that poem. It's horrible. I mean, it's not a horrible poem. It's a beautiful poem, but it's so moving. Oh my God, it fucks me up. Hold on. Pull it up. I think it's on the, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's on the World War II memorial in Boston. I believe. So this is the poem. It's real good. I'm going to read it. It's short. I know a lot of people think poetry is really lame. Poetry is wonderful. It takes skill to say something in little words. First, they came for our communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. And then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Chills. Fucking chills. It is such a good, it's like a wake-up call poem that I think a lot of people need to read. Fuck yes, Nick. It's super effective. What an appropriate shirt for you today. Have a beautiful day and be safe. Hi, Lizzie. How are you? I'm on my next Pomodoro 5-minute break. Wait. Isn't Pomodoro like a delicious pasta sauce? Are you eating a delicious pasta sauce? Koto, the love is mutual. How you doing, honey bean? Good morning. As a person of German heritage, you made the emotional journey into the guilt. You feel for things you had nothing to do with. You learn to recognize the signs early and stand up and say something. 100%. Yes. And my mom raised my sister and I kind of to not be quiet. Thank fuck. Like, she never told us to hold our opinion as much as we were raised like Catholic, and don't question religion. She always if we got in trouble at school, I got in trouble one time after the expelling, you guys know. When I was like a junior in high school, one time ever I've ever gotten in trouble in school, I got sent out of the class because it was in chemistry. It was a chemistry course. Y'all know I fucking love chemistry. This was just high school though. Like, I wasn't a pro, but I knew some chemistry. And my teacher was not she had no background in chemistry. She was like had a horticulture major and was teaching chemistry. So she was literally learning it while she was teaching it. And if you guys are familiar with chemistry or you ever took a chemistry class, you're probably familiar with the machine. Anybody remember that? It's like a way to balance chemical equations. They teach it to you at the beginning, but normally no one's using it when you're later on. You just start doing shit in your head. And she was doing it wrong. She straight up was lying, and I just raised my hand and I was like, that's wrong. And she just was like, Katie, go in the hall. Go in the hall. Just do it. And when they called my mom and told my mom what I did, my mom gave me a high five. Fuck that shit. Same with my fucking biology teacher who told us our lungs were collapsing while we slept. Fuck that. No. Absolutely not. The machine. I think I only used the machine like 4 times, and I was like, this makes everything more complicated. I'm not doing this. But I'm very much mental math. I've always been a mental math person. Pomodoro is just... Oh, wait. Pomodoro is like a thing where you do X amount of time working, X amount of time break. I do 25... Oh. Oh, it's just a tomato timer. No shit. I had no idea. That is a weird origin. There's another one like that. There's another pasta sauce, and it's literally like means lady of the night or something. But it's just a pasta sauce. Oh my god, what is it called? I forgot the name of it. I'll have to think. Puttanesca. Thank you. Puttanesca. It's a delicious pasta sauce, but I think it means hooker. Streaming is FU now for me. I see why you like it. Oh, fun for you now. Fuck. I mean, streaming was definitely not fun at the beginning. I mean, it was fun doing a new hobby, I guess. Like, it was kind of just, I was figuring it out. But I don't know if I ever told you this, Koto. Like, the first month or so that I was streaming, like, figuring it out, just setting stuff up, I didn't know that you could, like, moderate people in your chat that could help you. Or I didn't even know you could ban people from your chat. Let's go that far. I had no idea you could do these things. So I spent the first month of my stream just arguing with a skinhead in my chat about how the white race is not superior. Because I didn't know I could ban him, and he just kept fucking coming back. Until a Twitch staff person, Izzle, rest in peace, showed up, built my bot, and taught me the ways. It was not, it's a story, but it wasn't a fun time. I'm writing an essay on the decolonization critique of the Prince of Egypt, basically how Exodus can be read as a colonist narrative. I love that film, but it's so problematic in terms of its Egyptian presentation. The Bible is 100 times more respectful to Egypt than that film. I feel like Egyptian history very much got just mysticized and no one went any further. I listen to, you guys know, I love history podcasts and stuff, and there's a lot about ancient Egyptian history, and it's just none of it is out there. Like everything we've been fed is just hieroglyphic, not bullshit. It's just nonsense. Like they just made mysticism out of it and never ever corrected themselves. It's weird. Also, probably the craziest thing I learned about the Egyptian like way of life is it was pretty much 100% incest. Like it was abnormal not to marry your brother if you had one. Ooh. No thanks. I would like some of that hooker sauce sans pube, thank you. Is there something off the camera? Is there something off with the camera? I don't think so. Does my camera look funny to anybody? Is anybody getting weird artifacts? I mean, the lighting changes when I do that because it's on auto, but it might be. I don't know. Is it? I don't know. I don't see anything on mine, but maybe try refreshing the channel. Maybe it's Twitch's buffer button, you know? Having a hard time. I didn't change anything, so I mean, I have all my lighting now hooked up to like this plug tower with a button. So instead of having to turn all my lights off individually and even accidentally nick the settings for them, I have a button on a tower I just press and all my lights go boop. I don't touch shit anymore. It is stagnant. No, you're cool. Tell me. I mean, I like when you guys tell me if something looks funny because I don't see what you see. Like OBS shows me kind of a small little shittier version of what Twitch actually presents to you. So I appreciate it, really. I don't know when it looks shitty. Hooker was my nickname in high school. Was it really? We had a kid in our school whose last name was Hooker, so we called him Hooker. I had a guy friend in high school whose last name was Hooker. Me too, yeah. But we just called him Hooker. I never put it together like Hooker. Like a hooker. Never. It was just Hooker. It was his last name. I knew someone in drama school who was called Dyke. Like their name was Dyke. That's not nice. That's just unkind. Beowulfs, hello. You have a kind of halo effect, but you might have that all the time. Do I have a halo effect? Is it my hair? I've been saved by Jesus. I forgot to tell you guys. Oops. What do your lights? Boo. It's amazing. It's my favorite part of the day. I just go bloop bloop boo, and then I just sit here in the dark. The lights honestly aren't bad, except the one right behind the camera because I have to stare in it when I look at you, and it's bright. He was on a reality show named Dyke. Man, I mean, is that I've heard Van Dyke as a last name, but Dyke is a first name? Why? Oh, I know. That poor person was definitely bullied. Jeez, I was bullied. My name's Katie. Like, how the fuck do you make fun of Katie? It's like literally one of the top 5 names ever. Ever. Oh my god, did you guys see the psycho woman who like apologized to Trump for losing a primary? Like he's a god? Her name is Katie and I hate every moment of it. Why did her name have to be Katie though? Oh no shit, is it Dutch? No shit, it's a Dutch name. There you go. You know what's funny? I have an ancestor whose name was Dorcas, like Dorkus, and I thought it was a joke, but it wasn't. It's a legitimate name. Dorcas was actually like a pretty prevalent female's name at one point, and I have a relative, like an great aunt named Dorcas, dead, but you know. Oh, he had a first name and then Dyke as a full last name, but he went by Dyke? Interesting. Dick Van Dyke grew up in a town 40 minutes from you? That's intense. I didn't know that. His house is a historical landmark? That's weird. But good. Katie, I'm not mad at my name. You know when I was a kid though, like little, I wanted to be like I wanted a stripper name. I didn't know they were stripper names, but I was like, "Mom, why didn't you name me like Crystal or Ruby or like something pretty?" What she thought in her head was, "I didn't want you to be a cock-sucking slut," but what she said was, "Your father named you." There is a hair in my eyelashes. Strawberry. My last name means strawberry in French, but it's not strawberry. It's not actually like Katie Strawberry. That'd be interesting. The night before last night was a strawberry full moon, by the way. Top 5 name ever. Oh god, you're right though. She's probably my age too. I hate this. So you can peel in France or Quebec. Wait, what? No, it and every so here's the thing about streaming. When I became a streamer, I was like really uptight about my private, like my name and where I lived and all that shit. And I found out very, very quickly, and this is not to scare anyone or anything, but if anyone wants to figure out who the fuck you are, they will. You can take a screenshot of me right now, and Google will search that just my face and give you every single piece of information, every address I've ever lived at, everything. You can do that to anybody. Google has a face, like a picture search. Like anybody can find anything. So I just said, fuck it. Like, come for me. Let's party. You know? Nah. There's no privacy, really. And to be honest, in this day and in this like time and space, what can you really do with my name? I mean, it's not like I don't know. I feel like back in the day, people were very, very held everything very, very close to the heart because it was like, I don't know what people are gonna do with it. Like, what are you gonna do with it? What does it do if people know my last name is Phrase? They can search without taking a screenshot of my stream, I guess. I don't know. Robin Wright, like, I mean, people like biggest, piece of advice for streamers, anybody, young and old, do not challenge anyone in your stream. Like, ooh, I've made everything really private. I challenge you to try to find me. They will. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not that I did. I'm just saying I've seen it happen. Don't do that. But I mean, it's kind of like it's like everything. The less taboo you make something, the less people think you have to hide. Whereas like the more you keep everything in and you're more like private and secretive, people are like, "Well, what do you got? What you hiding?" And they're way more it's like bait. I just throw it all out there like, "Fucking A, I don't give a fuck." I'm 6 feet tall and I have like 7 deadly insects within 5 feet of me right now. Come hang out. I have some pets you could hold. Know what I'm saying? Dude, I wish it was classy. That'd be a way cooler name. I remember when you would say, is all your names have 5 letters in them? They do. That is a weird thing. My dad did it on purpose. Katie Renee Phrase, 555. Very creepy. Dude, full name. I mean, like, I can hear it. All my aunts and my mom. To this day, I can. Katie Renee. Katie Renee. If I hear Renee pop out, I leave the room. I have done something and I'm going to get backhanded. Katie Renee. And it's always that uplift on the Renee. Katie Renee. Dude, Rod, I mean, it's real. And on top of that, I have a medical license, a still active national medical license. You can search everything. Like, everything about me is ultra public because if you have a medical license and you're in charge of human lives, it's a right of the people to know who the fuck you are. And if you've had anything, like, I couldn't have an active license if I had done anything sketchy in a hospital. So you can literally go on databases and search my last name, my first name, my picture, anything about me, my height, weight, all that shit, and it will give you everyone that matches that, and you can try to find me to make sure my license is still active or that I don't have like marks on it, like nursing and respiratory and doctors and anybody who has some sort of medical like licensure they have to get nationally through the boards. Um, you have to be like transparent on the internet because you're a healthcare worker. I think that's totally fair, to be honest. I don't think I should have any like I wouldn't want a respiratory therapist who had some like history of murderers. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's totally fair. It's not like they're putting out your tax documents or anything like that, but they will absolutely like you can't have marks on your license or anything like that. I am your spider. Spider hiding in the moonlight. Bo Burnham fans? Don't encourage the stalkers. I've only had one stalker. It was creepy though. I won't pretend it wasn't creepy. It was definitely very creepy. Ooh. Ding. Let's cheers, Jeff. I agree. Go, Lizzie, I love you. Yeah, let's cheer. I'm cheersing right now, so I'm cheersing. Yeah, I used to be private about it. And my last name, I guess it's kind of different if you have a last name that's off, like common, like Smith or Schmidt. But I think there's like a total of 20 people with my last name in the world. It's really mysterious. It only appeared like in the 1500s. I don't know. My family's done a lot of research on it because none of us can figure out where the fuck we came from. It's a weird name, but it does mean strawberry. And oh my god, you want to know something even creepier? Oh, ghetto, you'll love this. Is anyone here an Outlander fan? Books and or show? Don't care. Both are good. I love the books. Anybody? Outlander? Outlander? My biological father's name is James Phrase. I.e. Jamie Fraser, and I hate it. Because the books, like, I want to, like, to Jamie Fraser, but I can't. It's ultra, ultra creepy. I was reading it and I just, stop. No. You can't wake to your dad's name. You just, I mean, even if he's dead, he died when I was 7. I have no memories of him. You still can't do that. I'm aware of my father's name. I can't do it. Cheers. Sauce. Sassenach. Yeah, yeah. Those books are the smuttiest non-smut I've ever read. Easily. In the best way. Like, I ain't complaining. I just wish it was a different name. Why did it have to be Frasier? Which is, theoretically where our name came from when we came over. Who the fuck knows? Ellis Island really fucked up a lot of people's last names. I don't think I have the worst of it. I could never date someone with my sister's name or my mom's name. No, I couldn't. I could never. Nope. No, never. I couldn't either. I could never. There are 7 names in this world I will never fuck. I take that back. There are 9. Okay, have you not read Outlander? It's decent. It's a really, really good book. What I mean when I say it's like the smuttiest book that's not smut is it's not, touted as a romantic novel. It follows a romantic story of 2 people, and there's some sweaty scenes in it, which definitely give you some fuel for your fire, if you know what I mean. It's not erotica. There's so much else going on in it, but there are a very few key scenes in the books where you find yourself sweating. For sure. But it's not like 50 Shades of Shit or anything like that. It's not like, and then he fingered her and smacked. It's nothing. It's like they romantically laid and embraced. That kind of shit. It's none of the graphic. Like, we all know what the fuck sex is. Go watch porn. The newest book and the second book, was it Dragonfly and Amber or something? Those are my 2 least favorite. They just were too much politics in them. Because the books take place, oh my god, what's the year? I can't even think of the year it is. But there's a lot of French politics in it, and it's okay. It's just not that interesting. As odd as my last name is, I'm not even in the front page of results in Google. I love it. No shit. Oh, man. I'm all over the place. But I kind of did that to myself. Medical and doing this. Not 50 Shades of Tartan? No, thank fuck. It's not an abusive relationship. Yeah, it's not about a romance. It's about a marriage. Kind of, yeah. It's more about, like, this insanely deep friendship that spans, millennia. That is a love. It's really good, man. But there's so much more. There's a ton of history in there about Scotland and wars that went down in Scotland and France, and it's cool. It's like a really good it's a really good mix of like historical fiction and a good bit of little fuck in there. There's straight dudes in this stream, dude. Probably. We're accepting of everybody, man. This is probably one of the few places that like a cis white dude can feel like he can just hang out and not be hated for being. Really, I mean, you see all the fucking hate out there, all the memes about fucking cis white men, and it's like, yes, all of those douches pulled out of the U-Haul were I mean, they claim to be cis. Let's be real, probably not, but they were white dudes. Does that mean every cis white guy is a fucking villain? Absolutely not. Most Karens are dumb white women. Does that make me a fucking Karen? No, I don't think so. I haven't licked any produce yet. Not until I got it home, at least. Yeah, very compacted. Yeah, it was like it was like they wanted to get all that political shit in, but they kind of were rushing it to get to the not political stuff, and it was like, I mean, just don't put it in. I'd rather you not put it in than rush a chunk like that. Hi, Yoshi. I'm feeling good. My neck's a little tight today, but I'm good. I slept, and that's just, oh my god. I was telling chat this morning, I don't think I've had like a legitimate REM cycle in months because of, I just, as you sleep, you naturally kind of toss and turn a few times, and every time my body would try to turn, I would wake up and like gasp at my neck. The newest one, nothing happened until like the last quarter, and then everything was just rushed. Yeah, that's how I felt about Dragonfly too. That was me. I felt the same. There's something that happened at the end. I won't spoil for anyone in here, but it's pregnancy, and it's just so fucking fruit fly. I agree. I agree. No, I agree. I agree. Without saying any spoilers, I agree. Can confirm. Zeke and you guys were like that for a time period, a very good friendship that went on for a long while. 100%. And I mean, we're still that way. Honestly. Like, that's, in my opinion, and this is just like me personally, the best relationship is, your best friend you fuck. Because I feel like I've known a lot of people in marriages and otherwise where it's like all they do is talk shit about their significant other all day at work. But I love him. But I love her. But blah, 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 blah. But you don't talk shit about your best friend. You fucking murder people to talk shit about your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Whereas some people, it's just like, that's my husband. I hate that guy. Fuck, I love him, but I fucking hate that guy. But you don't talk. No one talk. No one will denounce your best friend in front of you ever. But you just so happen to get to play with their genitals. That's my favorite. And that's just me. I'm not. There's no such thing as a right way or a wrong way to go about a relationship. Period. End of story. That's not even contestable. But for me, that's just the best because I don't know. And I grew up like in a, what's worse than broken? A tumultuous home where my mom to this day, I mean, I grew up listening to my mom say, don't ever get married. Never get married. I would never get married again. Never get married. And I'm like, why is married the thing that made everything so bad? She was with my stepdad 8 years before they got married. 8 years. And then they got married in our backyard and we had a barbecue. Don't ever get married. And I'm like, I don't know. I think it's a mental thing. I don't think marriage has anything to do with it. I think it's all like some sort of mind thing. But in my mind, like, I've had very few, best friends in my life. But those who I consider like those people who have been there for me and fucking like ride or die, I will murder for them. And I like their weird habits. I love the weirdness about them. I don't hate anything about them. Right, girls? Exactly. That's kind of I like to think of it that way better. And if you spend all this energy talking about shit about someone, it ghetto 100%, and that includes talking shit about yourself. Pot and kettle. I get it. But man, like since I've been cognizant and trying cognizant, I put the wrong syllable in the wrong place. Of my self-deprecation, and I've been making a conscious effort not to just constantly self-deprecate. It has improved my opinion of myself because even if you think you're joking, your brain hears every fucking thing your mouth says. And if you say it every day, all day, it's a supplanted thing. Like, it's like brainwashing yourself a little bit. I've been in a streamer's stream and just felt like shit because they were talking about legitimate racial issues they experienced. Oh. However, being in the stream and hearing white people getting legitimately shit on, it can bring you down even if you know they aren't complaining about you. I mean, yeah, I get it. I mean, no one wants to be shit on, ever. I legit roast my best friend, but if someone else talks shit, exactly, Yoshi, exactly. If someone else talks shit, I would stab him with a 6-inch knife, 100%. I will trash my besties to the end of time, but don't you dare look at them funny. I have a medical license to unplug you, and I will plug you in for the purpose. That's for me, not you. And they get to do the same to me, though. It's like it's an understanding. We're like each other's emotional punching bag. Like, that's me and most of my, I feel like, people that I talk, like, just people that have become close to me. Who was the lady that used to stream all the time and play Oh, Eliza? That's Cookie. She's in chat right now. That's Cookie. We had to stop playing Far Cry because they literally just stocked the game with music I will get my channel shut down for, and streamer mode is like a hunting simulator. It's very sad. I think we still want to play the new one eventually, but it's just, I mean, they literally like the one before this brand new Far Cry, literally every single bandit camp had radios playing oh my fuck, I love the band. Why did I just blank on them? It's Killer Mike's band, and Killer Mike and the ginger rapper dude who's amazing. Help me. It's just gone. It just left. It's not coming back today. Unplug me. Hi, BDO. How are you, love? I will. Don't fuck with me. Run the Jewels. Thank you. Fucking Christ. Run the Jewels. Every radio plays Run the Jewels nonstop, and Run the Jewels is not DMCA free. I will get my channel shut down. So I had to put it on streamer mode, and the entire game is silent other than some screaming people that you shoot. That was it. That's shameful. I'm sorry, but absolutely not. No. Like, that is infuriating to me. I deserve something, for fuck's sake. Besides a turkey gobble. Any haunting experiences? Not really, unfortunately. I wish. My mom and my sister have a couple creepy. Well, my mom has told me stories, a couple creepy stories of just like very strange things that happened to her right after my dad died. Not seeing a ghost or anything like that, but for instance, we owned a motel at the time. My dad passed away, and it was like a month after he passed away. She was taking trash out to the dumpster, and she was standing in the middle of the parking lot. It was snowing, ice everywhere. There was like a foot of snow, and out of fucking nowhere, she said her whole mouth and nose was just filled with Old Spice, like aftershave, which was my dad's shit. Like, you know, the white bottle that you would. And she couldn't get it out. Like, she was walking in circles, spinning around, like why the fuck am I? Just out of nowhere. It was nothing. And then the other creepy story was apparently when he died when my sister was 2. So she has no, like, literally a few. She's kind of creepy like that. She has kind of a photographic memory, but she doesn't have a ton of memories of him at all. But when we moved, after he died, we moved back to the Seattle area and lived with my grandparents. And my mom would take her to this daycare called Applebrook. And it was like kind of a daycare that would get kids, you know, ready for that school transition. Like they had recess and lunchtime, and they had kind of a organized curriculum and whatever, like a smart kid, whatever, daycare. And so they sent all the kids out to recess. And you guys know my sister. She's a lawyer. She's in chat, usually hanging out with us. But she's very type A, always has been since birth. Like, she's never late. She has everything very, like, what time is it over with? What time does it start? Like, she'll never break a rule. Like, you know, she's the type of kid just that since birth. Like, nothing neurotic about it. Just that's her type. So they call all the kids in from recess, and Sarah doesn't come in from recess. So the teachers are like, that's weird. Sarah's usually like already at the door because she mystically just already knows what time it is or something. And the teacher goes out to the recess yard, and Sarah's sitting on a swing, looking at the swing next to her that's empty and talking to it and smiling. And so the recess teacher crosses the yard, goes over to my little sister, and squats down next to Sarah, who's like 3 at this point, because I think my dad literally died like a week before her birthday. And she's like, Sarah, what are you doing? And Sarah's like, just matter of factly looks at her, a little creepy 3-year-old, talking to my dad, and then hops off the swing and runs into the school and never said another thing. So the schoolyard teacher told that to my mom. I got shit though. I ain't got nothing. You wonder. I don't know. There is. Yes, it's transistor shit in the background. Yes, Cake. No, you are not going insane. It is transistor OST in the background. I mean, you might be going insane, but it's not from this. You good, honey boo. Oh my god. Can I just tell you guys? Frustration. Is anyone here watching Barry? Wasn't that creepy, Cucks? I thought so too. I mean, how would a child make that shit up? A 3-year-old. And my sister. I mean, she's just, you guys will see her someday. She streams with me whenever we get to visit each other. She's amazing. We look like twins, but we're 5 years apart. It's creepy. But, yeah, that's like like little infants like that. I don't know if is a 3-year-old cognizant enough to make up a story like that? I don't know. I don't have kids. I hope so too for Yoshi. I think about that all the time. I mean, Cake, we're friends at this point, and that, I mean, doesn't bode well on either sides. Sell you on it in a paragraph or less. Ooh. All right. I'll set the scene. The Fonz is 75 and teaches acting classes. An assassin who is ex-military decides to take said acting classes. Hilarity ensues. That wasn't a paragraph. But that's without spoilers. It is the font. Oh my god, I just blanked on his name. It is the font. I mean, he is one of the absolute Mr. Cousineau. Stop it. He's amazing. It's so fucking good. His name is Mr. Cousineau. Henry Winkler, thank you so much. I retweeted him this morning. Just my brain on names is not attentive. Henry Winkler is fucking phenomenal in everything he's been in his late life. He was in Little Nicky. Literally, they like put him on a spike and cover him in bees, and he just screams on a spike. It's amazing. Henry Winkler has an amazing sense of humor, but he is phenomenal in this show. Oh my god, Mr. Cousineau slays me on every level. What a roller coaster. I forgot what I was going to complain about. Something happened in Barry. I was going to bitch. Fuck, I forgot. I have to think about it. It's an amazing show. That's probably why I have a hard time remembering what I wanted to bitch. I think kids are imaginative enough to believe it, yeah. I mean, me too, to believe it. 100%. But I don't know if they could fabricate it out of nowhere. Like a young 3-year-old like that. But I don't know. I don't know how much a 3-year-old understands death. Because my sister and I were literally sitting in the room when my dad died. I remember it. I don't think she does, though. I don't know if she's told me she does or not. But my sister, she's very smart. She is really a lawyer. And she has like a photographic memory, actually. But she tells me it's misery. She can't forget things and it hurts. Hi, penis, my lover. 3 to 5 sentences. Was it about 3 to 5? Thank you. Thank you. Called Come On to Katie Stream and see how long it took you to work out of context. Did it happen? Oh, and Waterboy. Oh my god. Gatorade. Waterboy. Gatorade. Oh my fuck off. I can't. Frusha Balk. I think that was like the last movie she did and she just disappeared. Oh my god, was he Adam? I only saw Click once ever. It wasn't my favorite, so I don't remember it. Oh my god, Marilyn, you spoil me. I'm so excited. I actually just finished the book I was reading, so I'm really excited. It was called Sanatorium. It was pretty good. The ending, I still don't understand, though. I've been thinking about it for 3 days now. Good book, though. Easy to read. Real quick. Dude, penis. I mean, I've always been very, very jealous because memory, we all know, human memory is for the most part shit. We can rewrite our own memories via trauma, happiness, any little neurochemical that's in excess in our head. Other people can rewrite our memories by just telling us a different story over and over when we're kids. Like, they're so shitty. And so when I think of my past and I want to tell a story, I'm like, but is that really what happened? Sometimes I think that, like, or was I just convinced that's how it happened? So I'll text my sister and be like, is this how it happened? And she'll be like, yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Except that, you were wearing a blue shirt that had a Kool-Aid stain on the left nip or something. She just remembers everything. She's like my little encyclopedia. I just practice conversations in my head. Oh my God, I practice everything in my head. You know what? A really weird habit I used to have when I was a kid. I've never approached a therapist about it because I've pretty much just worn it out of me. But I used to repeat myself under my breath, everything I said, until someone caught it. Like a neighbor kid who was a fucking bitch bullied me for it. She was like, why do you repeat everything under your breath? It's weird and we don't like hanging out with you. And I was like, I do? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop. Like, it was the weirdest habit. And when I am like having a crash, like a bipolar, like I can feel myself emotionally just tipping over, I start doing it in my head. I'll say something out loud and repeat it in my head, and I know I'm getting to that point where but I don't know what it is. I have no idea because it doesn't interrupt my life at all, so I haven't really brought it up. I kind of forget about it, honestly, a lot. Completely forget it even happens until you guys remind me of it. No shit, Marilyn. Do you know why? I need to remember to ask my therapist because it's not something that affects me anymore. It's like once in a blue moon when I'm something horrible happens, like my dog dies. Then I really start tipping into that. It's super common. No shit. Stop. Oh my God, you guys are gonna make me feel good about myself. Shut up. Drama, honestly, drama is the only reason I think I have social skills. I was bullied into such a dark place when I was a kid, but then I joined theater and it was like I joined theater in school. I was always in private theater programs, but that just adds to the bullying, really. I love theater, but once I joined theater in school, it was like, I mean, it was like night and day. It was crazy. It has a word, no shit. Oh, weird. I'm so curious. I repeat text messages out loud, sometimes multiple times. I've definitely done that. Absolutely. Just to make sure it's actually like a real sentence. Sometimes I'll type it over and over so many times, I'm like, is that a real word anymore? Fork. Dude, I never denied it. I would just be so ashamed of it, I stopped talking to anybody. I didn't, because it was weird. You can't stop. It's like a stutter. I could not stop. So I stopped raising my hand in class. I stopped talking to people. Like literally, I clammed up into a dark corner until I fucking wore it out. I don't know what happened. I got rid of it. But I have no idea what it was. I mean, if anybody's a psychologist or has any history in that, let me know. I got that. I do have OCD. I mean, I've been, diagnosed with OCD, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it really. Because it's not like you're whispering it to yourself before you say it out loud. Because that would be like, does it sound right? Yeah, it sounds right. Now I'll say it. And you're saying it out loud, and then you whisper it to yourself afterwards. It's weird to talk about because I haven't done it since I was like 12 or something. Years. Many, many years. Other than a few tip overs. Echolalia. No shit. Oh my god, I have to look it up. That's so cool. It's a really weird thing. Does that happen to anybody else? Like, it was a huge part of my life, but I think it was so traumatizing just for me that once I was able to shake it, I kind of just pretended it never happened until someone reminds me. You guys just say something that reminds me of it. I'm like, oh my god, I used to repeat everything I said under my breath. It's weird. It's like another life flashes. I don't know why though. It's weird. Zoe.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, I sent Rod some Jar Jar Binks porn to show him the type of fantasy roleplay that I'm into because me some miss Gizmo daddy and I've been in dick recession for too long, so I need him to raise my domestic dick supply and fulfill my macroeconomics kinky woo.
Ooh woo. I love you. I don't know, man. Was it macro dicks or micro? Shit. Ooh woo. I love them. Zoe is a wordsmith. I mean, I seriously, like, someday I hope Zoe like creates like a limerick book of these because they're fucking funny and amazing. I sent Rod some Jar Jar Binks porn to show him the type. Oh, this is it. To show him the type of fantasy roleplay that I'm into because Misa miss Gizmo Daddy and I've been in dick recession for too long. So I need him to raise my domestic dick supply. Why did I hear? Oh, it was macroeconomics. I thought it was macro dicks. See, I just thought about big dicks instead. So it makes me think of big dicks. Thank you for that. For too long, so I need him to raise my domestic dick supply and fulfill my macroeconomics game. Ooh, ooh. Oh, it's beautiful. Hold on, I want to catch up on chat. Then when I had to chat with people, I had the confidence and social experience to rely on to silence that inner self-doubt and made me my own worst enemy. Why? Really, Marilyn? I think I do, but it's mostly in my head. Like, I definitely think about things after I say them in my head, and I'll repeat them over and over, and it's almost like I don't trust my instinct to speak the English language or something. Like, I gotta convince myself that that made sense. It's bizarre. I don't know why. Like, which one of my crazies does that stem from? I don't know. OCD, ADHD, autism spectrum, and oh, sorry, Eliza, I can read. OCD, ADHD, autism spectrum, PTSD, bipolar depression, etc. all have overlapping symptoms. So it could be from anything. That's kind of what I was thinking. Because I had other weird things I would do when I was a kid that were the OCD tendencies. Like, and I knew all of those pretty much, like, I'd been to therapy about a lot of that. And a lot of that stemmed from the lack of, any lack of stability in my life ever. Like, that was basically the premise of that. And so when you are young, really young, and, half of your parental unit is dead, the other half is cuckoo, and you're just, like, stranded with a whole bunch of siblings who are also stranded and, like, in and out of jail and shit. We moved every 3 years constantly. My mom worked crazy 12-hour shifts, so we, like, never saw our parents. Like, the definition of latchkey children. I feel like because of that, my OCD tendencies developed in ways that were to develop a type of stability in my life. Like, for instance, when we moved, I would take my room the way it was in the previous house and duplicate it exactly in the new house. And if something was missing or off, I couldn't sleep in it. It freaked me out. It was like something's wrong, like my car had been broken into or something. Weird shit like that. Or like, I don't know, like my hair products had to be in the same order on a counter, no matter what house we were in. Like, it was things that I had within my grasp to control as a child, but were very little. But like, it's such a stupid thing to say, but it's very common among people who suffer real OCD. No, not like, I'm so OCD today, but like cry when things don't go right. OCD is not bad until someone gets in your way. Like, it's fine. I'm totally fine until someone fucks it up, until someone steps in the way of it. And then it becomes a fucking problem, i.e., moving shit or what, so on and so forth. And then you're just like, I have to alphabetize everything in the house. I'll be right back. And then you sink into a deep, dark place. But if no one gets in your way, OCD's great. And your house is clean. Sometimes. It's like you're second guessing what you said, even though you've already said it, to make sure it makes sense. Exactly. And even after you whisper it under your breath, you keep saying it over and over in your head. I do that sometimes, not with conversation anymore, but with certain words. Like, fork is notorious for me. I don't know why. But I would do that when I was writing papers, like in college and stuff. I would get hung up on one word and just start repeating it over and over in my head. And suddenly, you repeat a word enough. It's actually has a name. I can't remember what it is. This thing that happens in your head where your head starts questioning, like, is it the word anymore? Is it a word anymore? Did you say real words or did you make up a language just then? And I think it's just a constant, like, 24/7 second guessing yourself. Probably. Richard's got that veiny lover. I sent Rod. Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to catch up on chat. I missed a lot of it because I went on a tangent again. And I apologize. Just Bread, your kid did it too. When did they? Did they just like grow out of it? Because I don't remember like a conscious time of, I'm not going to repeat myself anymore. He has, but he is also, he also has some OCD tendencies. I wouldn't say he's like, he doesn't break down, but if you saw his office, everything has a very specific place and has a home. And if it's not there when he goes for it, it's not like he freaks out. Like, I would start to like shake and cry and think I was going crazy. That's what I feel all the time. Like, when I can't find something and I know, because I do the same, I have homes for things. If it's not in its home, I start to feel insane. And I can see that gets him. Like, he'll just be like, because I don't go in his office. Like, I don't need anything in there. We both have our own like electronics bundles of garbage under our desks. We're good. But I think he has his own like, just, it's not OCD tendencies. Maybe it's just like, what's the word? Particularities. But I respect them because he respects my OCD-ness. Like, one of the very first conversations we ever had, actually, when I moved in, was he said, I can't remember how he said something like, I'm not the cleanest person in the world or something. Because, adults need to have that conversation. Adults can be messy just as much as children. And if you guys have, like, I'm a little I'm a little crazy about it sometimes. And he said that, and I was like, that's fine. To be honest, I remember this is a direct quote. I said, to be honest, even if you cleaned, I'd clean over your cleaning. Not because I didn't trust you to do it. I just have to do it. Does that make sense? Like, it's a weird, it's not like I'm looking at what he did and thinking he didn't do a good enough job. It's because I didn't do it. I got to do it. I'm going to do it regardless. So, like, you can clean the floors if you want to, but I'm still going to do them. So don't worry about it. Spend your time elsewhere, you know? That's part of my weird OCD-ness. Dude, that's awesome. I mean, I can be very messy. I leave a trail. Like, Zach calls me a raccoon because I leave a trail of projects around the house as I'm moving and doing things. But I definitely have, like, organizational tendencies that are a little ticky. Bat Penguin, happy Pride, love. How are you? He really doesn't get angry about his OCD stuff. I mean, OCD stuff, like his particularities, really, unless, I mean, anybody gets mad when you feel crazy. Do you ever have that moment where, like, 5 minutes ago, you took that exact object, you set it right there, and you, like, looked at it and you said, I know you're right there, I'm coming back for you. And you come back and it's gone and you can't find it. And you're just sitting there like, I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my goddamn mind. I get angry. I mean, I think anybody would get angry. I feel like anybody would get angry about that. It feels like your brain's betraying you. You're like, when did I black out? What part of this day did I miss? Where did that thing go? I mean, I've gone crazy looking for something because I know the fuck I saw it. I feel it hard. But it's more of like a self-frustration than anything. Because, again, we don't have kids. We have dogs, but they don't fuck with anything on tables and desks. They don't care. They have their toys and stuff. If it's on the ground, it's fair game. Like, they'll fuck with it. But anything else. So really, like, if something's missing, it's because I did it. Or if something's missing for him, it's because he did it. So you really start to feel crazy. There's no one you can blame it on. I don't fuck with his shit. He don't fuck with mine. It's me. So you're just like, why am I like this? You know? Still no look job. Oh, boo. But figured only my move at the end of the year and my mom isn't freaking out. Oh, good. Mom freakouts are the worst. I feel like she's finally hearing me and our relationship isn't. Wow. For 30 years? Penguin, that's a win if I've ever fucking heard one. Really, Hesty? Oh my god, moving's the worst. I'm a nightmare moving because I sit here with my label maker and I'm like, hold on, what's in that one? What? Wait, stop. What's in that one? Psychotic. I have 3 label makers. Do I need 3? No. Do they do different things? No. Do I have 3 label makers? Mm-hmm. I have to have homes for things because I literally don't have time to look. That's me. I don't have time, not even just like actually don't have time because I try to stream as much as I possibly can. I don't like my attention span is not long enough. So when I want to do something that I'm excited about and I can't find the thing needed to do the thing, I get really sad because I'm like, this urge to do it's going to be gone in about 30 seconds. And if I don't find that thing within the next 30 seconds, I'm going to go sit in my chair and do nothing for an hour. I get really frustrated, and that's the ADHD bullshit. Putting an item in a safe place you'll remember and then never seeing it again constantly. Like, how safe does it have to be, internal Katie? Like, how safe did it have to be? All the time. I do it constantly. It's the stupidest thing. Look at the bright side, Mary. No kids for you. Woo! I mean, who needs them? No, I do not want an out-of-cage tarantula. Mm-mm. I don't like pets that are needy beyond my dogs. Like, my dogs are enough. And they're fairly independent for the most part. But I don't want an animal that, like, wants my attention. That sounds creepy to say, but, like, I kind of like to just play alone. Oh Oh no, Jackie. Are you packing up the whole house? I hope you have help. Get help if you can, man. Buy people pizza, anything, weed. My things have home, otherwise I forget they exist. Same. Sarah, you've heard me say this, but one of my biggest rules, because I hate hoarding. I don't like hoard. I can't stand, like, for one thing, I've always lived in a very small space, i.e. apartments, and now we live in a pretty small house, so we don't have space for clutter and shit, and I can't stand it. And if I find a box in a closet and it's like taped up and we can't tell each other what's in it, I just burn it. Because if I don't know what's in it, it can't be that important. Because I know where my important shit is. It's not like I'm going to accidentally burn up old photographs or something precious. Like, that shit is locked in a firebox. You know? It's just crap. Oh, Bat Penguin. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to have to get, like, a glass of wine for that. Yes, January. Oh, those are in 30 minutes. Thank you, Zoe, for reminding me. I completely forgot they were earlier today. Zoe's our savior. So the January 6th hearings committee number 3. I don't fucking know. There's no names. We should come up with a name for it. We should make a name for it because they're so boring. But it's literally on in 30 minutes. We should take a break and go get coffee, stretch our dicks, load our bowls, and all that stuff. That's why I have a cat. They don't need me. I am a cat. Literally, like, I think I told that to Zach when we started dating. I'm like, he's like, so you seem like the type that just likes to chill. You chill with that? Like, we don't need to, like, actively cuddle and stuff. You know, the beginnings of a relationship where you're trying to feel out each other's, like, love language. And I was like, think of it this way. Like, I'm a cat. I might roll over and show you my belly, but do not reach out. I'm highly adaptable. I take up, like, a little corner, but, like, let me come to you. You know what I'm saying? I am a cat. That's why I have dogs. All by yourself. Oh my God. Be careful with your back. Just promise me you'll take care of your back. Please, for the love of fuck, take care of your back. Do it. I'm a clutterbug. My desk is just shit on a regular basis. I mean, mine gets shitty as the day goes on, but then I clean it up every night. Like, I get it. I mean, if you function in a space and you're actually doing things, it's going to naturally be cluttered all the time. Like, that's just normal. But you know, like, I don't know, my Nana had an entire special living room dedicated to furniture nobody could sit in and glass little knickknacks, which I called nimnams, on every shelf. Just stuff. Like, I don't like that. That's clutter. But, like, functional stuff. Like, on my desk, I've got weed grinder, my medication, sunscreen, pens, a pencil sharpener, coffee, my 2 keyboards, there's a lot of shit on my desk, but I'm constantly using it. It's very functional, and I just organize it every day so I have room for my arms. Hell yeah, Fremry. I mean, I think, so have they said what today is going to be, what they're going over today? Have they announced that at all? I don't know if they've said what today's... The unfucking... Shut up, Crispy. That's perfect. The unfucking of 2022. I mean, maybe the supposed unfucking, because I don't know if they're actually going to unfuck it. So far, they're just showing us all the fucking. You know? The presentation of the fucking. Thank you, Zoe. I will be putting it up on stream, and we're going to watch it together, in case anyone's wondering. Because so far, it's been... fascinating. So what to expect? The House Select Committee investigating the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol will hold its next hearing at 1 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, which is today in a half hour. 11 for me. 1 p.m. Eastern. Focusing on how former President Donald Trump... It tricked me. I haven't called him a president ever in, like, years. They tricked me. I have to die. Focusing on how then former... Trump pressured then Vice President Mike Pence not to count lawful electoral votes. In a video previewing the hearing, Representative Liz Cheney, the top GOP panel member, said Thursday's hearing would present Trump's relentless effort to stop the votes from getting counted. Oh, and let's watch it real quick. Is it long?
Yesterday.
Giggity. It's 3 minutes. Let's take a break real quick, and then we'll watch it, and then we can just roll into the thing. Yeah? Because I think you guys are going to get ads soon. I don't want to get ads. Oh, you hired movers? Oh, fuck yes, thank God. Oh, I did too. I mean, it's expensive, but man, if you're moving alone, which I was doing when I was in Baltimore, Eliza drove with me, thank fuck. But I definitely hired movers because I can't this I would have destroyed my back. And these were big, tall Russian men. Huh, me lift disc. They got it, man. I'm a Catherine, I am. It's true. You know, my mom actually refused to call me. My stepdad and my brothers kind of fucked with me and would call me Cat when I was younger as a nickname, and my mom refused. She like actively killed the nickname because I think she knew. Oh my god, I haven't played Phasmo in so fucking long. I miss playing spoopy games. I have a couple downloaded right now actually that I've been wanting to play. Does that mean CK walks around with catgirl ears and a tail and randomly shows Zeke her beehole? All of that except showing him my beehole is like impossible because the cat tail is attached to the butt plug in the beehole. And like my beehole's just not that gapped out, you know what I'm saying? So it's more like, you know, the mysterious, like what you can't see. Oh. Oh my fuck. Fremery just gifted a sub. Oh my god. Kendo with the 250 bits. Thank you, Kendo. Good morning, love. Fremery just gifted a sub to Bat Penguin and Hesty. Bless you. Bat Penguin and Hesty, you are but wizards of the highest order. Please go forth. Be consensual in every way. Enjoy your emotes and refresh the channel and you won't have to suffer ads. Let's take a quick break every couple of hours or a little bit early because we're trying to, you know, the insurrection-y thing. Every couple of hours we take a break. I encourage you to stand up and stretch and get some fucking motherfucking blood flow in your body and move your shoulders back like this so you don't end up like me and crippled, and get some water or coffee or whatever you drink. And I run a 3-minute bundle of ads because otherwise Twitch will do it on top of us talking, and I don't think you should have to give me money to not participate in a conversation. It's fucking weird. Thank you to the generosity of others. Very much appreciated, though. For real, this feels incredible. Oh my god. Oh. I think the best part about changing out to this chair was just that I can do this. The other chair is too short. I can't do this. All right, break. Huh. I Damn. I don't know, man. Orderly transition. So they wanted to ignore voting and just create like a Trump stays president forever thing. I don't know what you would call that. A crime, I think. Damn. Like make him like a dictator, essentially. Do exactly what Putin did. You know? Yeah, Hitler. I mean, a lot of very nefarious leaders in history have done the exact same thing and got away with it. Yeah. Boris said, quote, "Nothing and no one will stop me being prime minister." When did he say that? Oh, Bor. Oh. Oh. By the way, I saw Biden literally repeat himself today on a different on a different platform. He repeated exactly what he said on Jimmy Kimmel's show. I'm more positive than ever about the future of our nation and the youth. And it made me just as fucking angry. How do you think all those parents feel when he talks about the youth of America? The ones with the dead kids. Nefardius is very well put, yes. It was last week. He said it last week after the confidence vote. Oh my god. But so this is what I heard. Lizzie, correct me if I'm wrong because obviously I'm not a local, but what I was listening to on the news was every single prime minister in history that's ever survived a no confidence vote gets kicked out anyways. Like or quits or something. Like they never last. stage false flags, seize power, and then demonize those who oppose. Exactly, and it's all when the country is like in a state of weakness and no trust for the government. I didn't play EverQuest. However, a boy that had a big crush on me told me he jerked off to his EverQuest character and his cum flew across his bedroom, which was a really big bedroom. That was how he flirted with me, was to flex how far he came across his room jerking off to his EverQuest character. Killer Skoy, I mean, I kind of was exactly the same until they started attacking me just for being born with a uterus. Eh, Like, that shit's really scary. It's real weird to just be born despised and to be the knockdown. It's weird. It's weird. It's a weird sensation. That's where Dachau came from. It was initially built as a rehab camp for political dissidents. Western leaders of state toured it, guided by Hitler, and applauded how he used it to restore order. Dachau, for those who don't know, Dachau is another one of the camps in Germany that was notorious for very creepy shit. Not as bad. I mean, Auschwitz is the one we all hear about. Dachau, I think, is where twin experiments started. And it's literally in the middle of a neighborhood. Like, there are old houses lining the walls of Dachau. It is fucking mind-blowing to witness. It was also inspired by British camps in the colonies. No shit. All the people who were in power got sent there after they seized the Reichstag. What is that? I know what it means in German, but like, what is it? We kind of wanted this result because his party's so weak. If he'd have lost with no confidence, they'd have selected a new leader, and everyone would be like, we can trust the Tories again. This way, Tories are still super broken and split. I also really don't like the Labour leader either, so that fucking sucks. That's kind of how we feel. I mean, I literally have never met anyone who, like, loves Biden except Leslie Nope. I've never met anyone who, like, Biden! Like, we were like, oh, he's a sweet old man when Obama was in office. And now we're like, oh my God, he's a really old man. But it was literally choosing between a shart and a fart. Like, what are you going to do? One case, like, everyone around you knows it stinks. And in the other case, you've shit yourself. Hello, Sin. How are you, love? Theory, how are you? Oh, hell yeah. Is that not the weirdest way someone could, like, flirt with you? Like, what a flex. Of all the things in the world, guess how far I come? I don't know. It's not on yet. It might be delayed again. I have it up right now. I'll refresh the page. Ouch. I have it up on C-SPAN. Let me know if you guys hear about another, like, delay in this January 6th stuff. Let me see. Oh, it's more like Congress? Oh, okay. Thank you for educating me. I really didn't know. It's like a Congress house? Okay. No, it's totally cool. Dude, for me, the most emotional part of Dachau was when we got so at the front of it, when you walk into Dachau, it's where they processed Jews, the showers and all that horrificness, and cases. They have glass cases of all the passports and all the things people brought with them to Dachau, thinking they were going to leave, like family pictures. It's horrible. But then when you go through all those, then you walk down the huge gravel road that goes between all the houses, like the little dorms where they kept the Jews, where they slept. And when you get to the very end, then there's the three huge monuments. I believe it's Muslim, Christian, and Jewish monument. Correct me if I'm wrong. Huge monuments to the massively persecuted religious groups. And when I got to that end, there was a woman in the Jewish memorial on her knees, like a woman my age, just broken, sobbing. And I'm going to do it again. I just fucking like, I just collapsed, man. That shit is unbelievably powerful. Unbelievably in the worst way. It's just, I don't know how anyone can deny that happened in any way, shape, or form. It's insane. The avatars, we're talking, I mean, same. They are not hot, and they weren't hot. They were even worse back then. I mean, the tits looked like Laura Croft, bra style titties. I don't know, man. There's porn out there that's for free everywhere, and it was then too. So I don't know why EverQuest character was the one, but sure. Sure. Oh, it's the parliament. So it is Congress. Okay, cool. Thank you. I knew the direct translation, but obviously it's not the same thing. It's very emotional. I felt like I had to see it. I feel like it was one of those things that was like a respecting the dead. Is it? Do you have a link to it, video? Because my link is saying it's not starting yet. I got nothing. I'm literally on C-SPAN and nothing's playing. Do you have a link for it? I apologize, guys. I apparently had the wrong fucking link. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Makes sense. Like, none of them are rich. None of them are, like, they don't, I don't know. It's very confusing to me, though. I mean, it's really weird. My dad's siblings did? Oof. I think a couple of my uncles did, not all of them. But again, it's the two very dumb ones. One of them likes to lie about being in Desert Storm. He has a helmet from Desert Storm with a bullet through it, and he literally convinced his two sons he was in Desert Storm. And up until like a couple years ago, they were working together on a job. My dad was like, "You were never in fucking Desert Storm." And now my uncle doesn't talk to my dad anymore because my dad let on to his kids that he's a big fat liar. But like, what's worse than someone who lies about being in the military and going to, a horrible battle or something like that? I don't know. I really don't know. I think I fucked up my camera shit when I was moving stuff around in that other scene. Oh yeah, Genova, like he's a shit fuck. Jimbo. I mean, his name is Jimbo. He wasn't exactly set up for success. Eh. Some of my dad's side uncles, aunts went full trucker convoy back in February. Really? Wow. Are they still of the opinion? When Trump was an option the first time, the coworkers I had were like, vote for Trump so we can go home. I was like, oh, what? What? Oh, that's terrifying. That's the point. They have no financial or social capital. Instead, it's status. That's what it is. I was going to say that. I didn't want to seem insulting. It's like my, racist redneck cousins. They're like, if we vote for Trump, then we look good. Like, it makes us look like we're one of the people that have money and he's going to benefit us or something. But that just sounds too crazy or stupid to say out loud. But it's almost like carrying a very expensive purse. It's like a fucking weird ass status symbol for amongst neo-Nazis, I guess. No shit, Scrappy? Oh my god, you poor thing. Do you ever just vomit on accident? What up, Myron? How are you? The next one is, I should have up the schedule. I have a lot of gross Trump vaginas up. I apologize for that. It was one way to be able to pay attention and listen and, be productive at the same time. So I made that. Yeah, it's like a Prada purse for racists. I don't know. Like, oh, I don't know. There's no excuse for it. It grosses me out. Hold on, I gotta fix this. Something happened to my camera when I was fucking around with shit. No. Don't sass me, motherfucker. Kill you in your sleep. Not you, you're fine. Maybe. I was playing. True. Well, Mergs, I don't know if this is the way if people in other countries feel the same, but I've felt that the older I get, and I don't think it's just because I'm getting older. I think this has just become more prevalent through time. Politics have become like like your sports team. Like no one looks into what's actually what these politicians stand for or what they're supposedly going to do, even though no one really does anything. It's just like I have to win. My team has to win. My team will win. That's it. They don't even give a fuck anymore. It's weird. I mean, it's kind of a very bizarre mentality. Can you do something to me before you kill me in my sleep? What is it? It depends on what it is. I could body paint you. That'd be cool. It's tribalism, yes. It's grotesque shit. Like, way to go back a majillion centuries and look like fucking cavemen. Like, literal ignorant fucking cavemen. That one, did you guys see I mean, I'm sure you did. If you were here towards the beginning, there was the clip of the Proud Boy. um, we're gonna drag them through the streets. We're gonna drag all those motherfuckers through the streets. We're dragging Nancy Pelosi through the streets. What in the fuck is what? I'm sorry. Come again, psycho pants? But not a lot of people know it and don't get why everyone look at us funny on the world stage. It is very weird. Oh god, I was listening to a song this morning. Oh fuck, don't worry about it. I can't remember any of it. My brain's stupid. It is, I mean, it's that tribalism sports fans shit, and like my last experience with major sports fans was the Cup when the Canucks did not get it. And let me tell you, you don't want to see hockey fans riot. You suddenly see how unnice Canadians can be, and it feels similar. Just this unbridled rage for it's an unbridled rage over something you have zero control over. So we're getting nowhere with it, you know? Personality cult? What's the personality cult? I don't think I've heard a personality cult. They were there to lynch people. Exactly. Banana, you said it the best. What did you say earlier? You said you don't bring a stockade or a lynching platform and noose to have a polite conversation. That's not what people bring to the fucking coffee shop, my dudes. You can't, I mean, a cult that, I see what you're saying. So it's like they kind of like, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I feel that, Katie Cat. You know what's sad is like I feel like a lot of the politicians. I say that very generally, and I know it, but a lot of the politicians in the American government are all insanely old white dudes who are kind of on their way out, and I don't think they give a fuck either, and that scares me. Like it's all about what's going to be good for them in the next 5 years ish, you know, until the emphysema kicks in or whatever, and they just I feel like the people that are in charge of politics should have some vested interest in the future longer than 5 years. You know? Trump is the personality messiah of the cult of Trumpism. It's like a cult of narcissism. We got a World Cup riots coming in November. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't even fathom. I cannot even fathom. I love soccer. I always watch it, but they do not show you the riots. Honestly, normally, I've been to a lot of different hockey games. I've been to like 3 Canucks games ever. They're very expensive. A Canucks game is like, football, like seeing the Seahawks, it's like $300 for a ticket. So you go very infrequently to see those teams, but there's a bunch of lower, B, C, whatever. I don't know the levels, but there's a ton of games that are really cheap to go to. I've never seen fans get wild outside of a game before, ever. That one was something else. That was something in the water. I did not feel safe. I didn't feel unsafe going at all. I was down. Like, in no way did I feel like I was gonna have to worry about anything. It was fucking Canada. It's BC. I literally lived on the border. I used to go up there all the time. I was very comfortable. There was something, I don't know what it was. It was like fire in their veins. It was crazy. Hi, Kendo. Welcome back, honey. It is money. I mean, that's it. It's just, but it's like you don't die with your money. Like, what do you do on the hospital bed when you are buck naked? I've got a catheter shoved so far up you that your penis has now retracted into your body and said, aloha, the opposite direction, forever. And you have like a thin piece of tissue tied behind your neck that we call a gown, but really it's just like, meh, everything's hanging out. Like, I don't care what your bank account looks like. Still gonna unplug your ass if your family says to. I don't think they think about that. I think they think like money makes you live forever or something. or you're gonna have some luxurious goodbye party. Nah, bitch, you die in shit and piss just like the rest of us. But your family gets like to write a book about how terrible you were and the money they live off of. Odious hockey games are super fun. You don't honestly, I don't think you need a good seat to have a good time. It's fun to be at like the bottom level where the guys are literally slamming into the plexiglass right in front of you. But it's kind of like going to, back in the day before we all knew SeaWorld was as evil as it is, when you would be in the splash zone. You're like, it's fun, but now I'm freezing and I don't want to hear that anymore. The schmack when you look down at your phone and then you piss your pants. You don't need good seats. It's fun anywhere. Hockey's just fun. It's my favorite sport to watch, personally. For the fights. Seriously, though. I have a good time. It doesn't even matter. It could be high school I mean, not high school games. The little leagues. I don't know what they're called. I just went and watched them all the time. Ferengi? What is that? Why do I know that word? Remind me. That word rings something in my head. It's like a lot of these proud boys or whatever the fuck they call them. I don't like those terms either. It upsets me because now I feel icky saying I'm proud of, anything that has to do with the United States because I'm like, I'm not a proud boy by chance, not a Nazi. Please help. No. No. I just hate it so much. It's fucking Star Trek. That's what it is. I knew it. I've never seen Star Trek. However, my entire life has been filled with Trekkies, so I'm familiar with the goes, the lingas, the lingas. I forgot what I was saying. Fuck a dick. Oh, it's like a group of people, these Proud Boy people. Again, I hate the term. They seem like a bunch of people who got together and like bonded over their mutual hate of the lack of control they have. But they don't have a solution and they don't like do anything constructive about it. I guess to us, maybe being racist pieces of shit is constructive. I don't know. My brain can't go there. Really. Like, I can't fucking go there. Basically. Pride in the wrong things, but prideful nonetheless, right? Like, I am prideful of certain things. I'm proud of my community, and a lot of you are Americans. I'm proud of the Americans who chill in my community every day. We all have very different opinions. We have different, economic standings and backgrounds and jobs and lifestyles and ages, and y'all are pretty fucking tame with each other for the most part. That's amazing. I'm proud of that. I'm very proud. But I ain't no proud boy Nazi piece of shit. Like this. Uh, Ezekiel 23:20. She lusted after their paramours, whose flesh is the flesh of donkeys, and whose issue is the issue of horses. That's my prayer. Everybody on TV was like, my prayers. So I was like, why don't I get to have prayers? I want to have prayers with y'all. So I thought of my favorite prayer, and I put it above the Trump gina. I bet he had an issue about a donkey and a horse, either in his ass or his dick. The Y'all Kada. I like that better. Yeah, I forgot. I completely spaced about Y'all Kada. We kind of just stopped talking about him for a while because who wants to talk about them, really? But then they went and filled up a U-Haul and decided to go fucking be all crazy again. Ugh. Dude, Scrappy, I feel the same. I feel like we stopped to pray is I took a break to write my letter to Santa. I think I have no hate for religion, but keep it to yourself. I just telling me you stopped to pray in a place of law. I just don't really. Mm. Did you take a poop? Was that a poop that you took? Was it a poop? Is prayer code for we took a break because we all had piss diarrhea out our beeholes? Bestiality or yeastiality? That's yeastiality, Randall. Dude, bad dragon dildos scare me. The Proud Boys were an organization of the Y'all-Qaeda members that were looking for a reason to kill people that they thought was justified. These people lent them some feeling of legitimacy that can be emboldened. That was a very eloquent way of putting exactly what I was trying to say out loud. Yes. Yep. Gives them an excuse to outlet their anger and ugliness on nonsense things that, to the rest of us, we're like, what in the fuck? Ain't no laws when drinking the claws. Have you ever drank a White Claw? It's liquid disappointment. I talk to myself all the fucking time. And it can be, you could call it prayer, you could call it a form of meditation. I do all sorts of things like that. But would I do that when it came to the insurrection of my country and the misinterpretation, for lack of a better word, to say it very lightly, of the Constitution in order to insurrect and turn over a presidency, so on and so forth? I just would like that wouldn't be at the top of my list. Like, can y'all peace for a minute? I'm gonna go meditate. Would that be cool? Would they be cool with me meditating? Probably not. But if I was like, y'all, I'm gonna go pray on it, they'd be like, peace, bitch. Jesus with you. Let him grab that wheel, honeybean. Oh, oh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. It's weird. I don't want to pretend to pray to get a moment of silence away from a bunch of dickbag old white dudes in a courtroom. You know? Maybe that's just me, though. But arguably, it's kind of the same thing, I think. I mean, praying is just like repeating your affirmations and your hopes and wishes in your head about your family and people you love, which is very healthy to do before bed. Think about people you love before you go to bed. Absolutely. Imagining a white man from the Middle East sitting in the clouds listening to every single person who just happens to be doing the exact same thing at the exact same time and granting wishes is going a bit far. Fuck me in the ass because I love Jesus. The good Lord likes it that way. Oh, hell yeah. Was it fun? Wait, you went for work? Shut up. How did you get to go for work? Timid, really? I mean, honestly, seriously, yes. And I mean, it's just so fucking derp.
Hell Satan, motherfucker. Hell yeah. Bitchin'.
Let's take a break really quick. It's almost 4:20. East Coast, Beast Coast style. So if you guys want to pack a bowl, we need to run an ad anyways, but we can get it out of the way so we're not like last minuting. Jesus, take my course. It gives me pee diarrhea. My kids keep asking why my butt smells. Oh. Jesus, take my course. I can't with it. Stop it. I work at Panera, and my GM was like, yo, so Panera's looking for volunteers to go to Sacramento for the Pride. Fuck yes! Dude, who would say no? Get to go hang out with arguably the most fun people in the entire world while handing out free food and shit. Yes. You want to know who's hungry? A queen who's now stomped 7 miles in 6-inch heels. Bitch be starving. I get it. That'd be a fun job. You are the winner there. Murgle, same. I mean, honestly, it's just because I don't check my email, but so it's a problem. I'm working on it. I prayed, please respond. I wonder if some religious people just have those 3 little dots blinking in their head forever. If that's what it's like to pray and pray and pray and pray and pray and just get shat on because you keep waiting for someone else to solve all your problems. Oh my God. Okay, I have to go. I had too much of an existential thought then. Someone's going to get offended. Yay, Jesus. Welcome back, everybody. Ooh, my back popped. Hails to the yeah. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for chilling with me. How are you doing after that long, very tedious hearing? Hearing. Yep, it's a hearing. That is some fast stars. Jesus Christ. That's such a cool video, though. I love watching sky stuff. Ooh, Legacy. It is. The song is called, it's actually a couple songs put together in like one long string, so I don't have to worry about it changing if I'm on break. My dog's taking a long shit. But it is the Bastion soundtrack from the game Bastion from the studio Supergiant. They do all of their own music in house. It's really fucking impressive and amazing. I'll give you the link right now. Boosh B. Oops. There you go. They're amazing, seriously. I think Bastion was the first one I ever played by Supergiant, and the soundtrack blew my mind. And every game I've played by them, it doesn't get better. It just keeps the same like epic fucking level of awesome. Absolutely. Kendo, thank you for gifting 5 subs in the chat, you silly bee. All 5 of you are now butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in every fucking way because it's sexy as fuck. Chimera, Ninth Pawn, Bob Khaled, Jeffy Babes, and JS. Y'all butt wizards, and refresh the channel and you don't have to suffer ads for a whole month, which is really cool. Thank you for that, Kendo, you sweet bee. Is there any evidence at all that there was voter fraud? There was evidence a couple times, I think in Pennsylvania, but it was Republicans, people voting Republican, like using their dead mother's ballot that came in the mail because their mom died so recently, but nothing on a major scale like they claimed, like at all. And that's the first, was it the last hearing they went over that? Yes, it was hearing number 2. So if you want to watch it, I mean, it's 2 hours. It can be pretty tedious. The first one is all like so this is the crazy part. So the first one was a shit ton of footage of the insurrection that none of us have seen because the Proud Boys, these Nazi people, they hired a film crew to film the whole thing. You can't write that. It's bad writing. No one would write that. They did this. So the people that don't want these things happening, have a shit ton of footage of all. Yeah, I can't even with the stupid. It's so dumb. The level of dumb. So the first one was going over, they were actually interviewing the film, I think it was the film guy or the leader of the film crew, whatever, and showing a lot of that footage. The second one, they went over all the proof and they interviewed all the people telling Trump there was no voter fraud. And he just kept saying there was over and over and over. And so basically the second hearing is just everybody laying out like, yes, I told Trump, here's the proof I told him. Yes, I told Trump, here's the proof. Like all these, every single person around him, other than Rudy Giuliani, who was apparently blitzed the whole time, according to everyone but himself. But to be fair, he might not remember. I'm not here to judge an alcoholic. Shit sucks. But they probably shouldn't be in the government. Dude, for Legacy, I can't even with it. If anything screams white privilege, like the fuck? I think Cocky, it was either Cocky or Viata said it a couple days ago. They said, you don't hire a film crew if you don't think there's going to be something worth filming. And that was a very creep. That like echoes in it hurts my skin. And Katie, I hope, I know you don't get to be here every day, but I make sure to point out that when I talk about the crazies, I don't want to generalize all Christians. That's why I'm always like, I don't want Christians or people who believe in God to feel like I'm attacking you. I don't like that politicians use it as like I'm a good guy filter. And I'm sure you hate it too. It gives your like faith a horrible, icky name. I would hate that. If that was my faith, I'd be like, fuck you. None of them are Christians. They can go suck a dick. None of them are Christians. I know good Christians. Like, they're good people who just lead a decent life and believe in God. They don't push it on anybody. They're not using it as this cloak of like, well, I might have insurrected, but I'm Christian. And I prayed. And they like, I'm sure you hate it too. I fucking despise it. It's gross. It's grotesque. And it's like, it's similar to, when the Westboro Baptist Church started really getting hot on the news for, which is it's just one dude and his family. He's brainwashed. It's not a legit church. Zoe lived down the street from him. They're crazy. Um, everybody said like, "Oh, Christians are crazy," because Westboro Baptist Church was on the news for protesting soldiers' funerals, and they claimed to be Christian. But fucking suck my anus if you think a Westboro Baptist person is Christian. I'm not. I mean, no, you can't. Oh, is it 4 minutes? Oh yeah, 3 minutes till 4:20. By the way, I have a bowl. I'm ready. Take a nap, Cloud, for real. Lurk alert and take a nap. I don't think I'm gonna do anything too loud and scary. Rolo, and I feel the same. But if people feel comfort in like the community of a church and stuff, and they're not hurting anyone, you do you. You're not hurting anybody to like fucking sit in a house, sit in a building with a bunch of people you like and worship God. It's the people that weaponize it and use it like that cloak of I'm a good guy. Ugh. Ugh. It's disgusting. But people do it with all sorts of stuff all the time. They do it with, everything. Religion's just a big one we see a lot. And it's just it's like I'm not racist, but you know? Like sure I did all these horrible things, but then we prayed on it. And I'm like, don't use your fucking cloak of religious bullshit to distract me from the horrible things you did. Pretty sure the Christians I know would see straight through that load of garbo. You know? I hope like for real, that goes for everybody. Like I do not like religion, but I was raised very Catholic and Catholicism is a whole other ball game of gross. That's all I can speak to personally though. Bubblicious word. I used to think I was agnostic. I don't know, man. Agnostic, isn't that like you just don't know? Basically? I listened to a podcast on the history of the Gnostics once, but I don't think I got to the end. I don't remember. It's scrappy 100%. As long as you want to leave the world a better place than you entered it, who gives a fuck? With your own actions, not by just pushing beliefs on other people. Like getting me to think gay people are evil is not a positive agenda. You know? Oh God. Well, I know a lot of gay Christians. I know a ton of gay Christians, and thankfully, they've found wonderful organizations that they feel very comfortable in. They're very open, in no way judgmental. They don't try to like read the Bible in different ways to victimize gay people or trans people or otherwise, which is wonderful. I think that's beautiful. But I mean, the struggle of it, I don't think I have the oomph in me to do that as a gay person. Like, I don't think I could do that, really. There's my fucking gay dog back there. Oh, you believe in a higher power, but not convinced by religion. I kind of like that. It's not that I believe in a higher power. It's just that I don't not believe in something. I don't know. I don't believe in like a person created stuff. I don't believe in creationism or any of that. But you guys know, I've watched a lot of people die, and that part fucks with my head a lot. It's you don't practice or have religion, you practice but believe there's a higher power. Okay. Alan Watts has a good explanation of the religious theory of agnosticism. Alan Watts does? I fucking love Alan Watts. I'm gonna write that down. I might have to look it up. My chat just jumped. Stop. I was raised religiously, but I don't want to go to service anymore. I believe it's more about how you live your life. 100%. Yeah. I think going to service is kind of a privilege, you know? Like, when I was a kid, we didn't get to go to service all the time, and because of that, my mom's church refused to I think I've maybe told this I don't think I've ever told you guys this story. So, when my sister was born, she's 5 years younger than me, my mom and dad were running a motel by themselves. My dad was not doing anything. He was a raging alcoholic, like, just sleeping all day and night and drinking constantly. So my mom was doing this 100% by herself, raising the kids. So going to church was really it was a privilege. It was like, "Oh my god, we have a day off, like, where we can all leave the house at the same time." Like, we'd go to church and then go get breakfast and then go to the lake and swim, and it would be, like, a whole fucking day of it. That's just, like, how it started for some reason, I don't know. That was my mom's Catholic guilt in the back of her head. But, assuming that the average person just like has all this time off to go sit at church and like, and then not only that, but making people believe that's the only way you get to heaven or that you're a good Christian is fucking weird. That's fucked up. That's like high schooler like, you can't be her friend and my friend. You have to be only my friend mentality. It's weird. I think you can be a very spiritual, good Christian human and not and at home and just be a good I think it's just being a good person, really. I think the original intent, and this is just my personal opinion. I've read the Bible, but I'm not a professional. I think the intent of the original shit was like lessons on like Mother Goose tales, like how to be a good person. But then, the various people who took all the different books, put them together, kicked certain ones out, they manipulated the language, manipulated a lot of verses to turn it to their means to an ends. Like, who the fuck knows if God is real or if God said anything that these people who wrote a book say he said to carry out malicious, horrible deeds. Anybody can say, God told me on a mountain to slaughter all the children, all the firstborn, so I'm going to do it. Anybody can say that. Anybody can write that down. Does that mean if there's a God, God told someone on a mountain to slaughter a bunch of children? Probably not. That's just, oh my God, Lizzie. There's my profesh. Lizzie does this for like a living. She studies this shit. We're talking about a lot really. I was talking about like the generalization and stigma of Christians because of all the negative light the media because like Westboro Baptist Church is in the media and like that's the view of Christianity because media is sensationalism and that's what they put in. And I was saying like it's not fair to generalize any population, let alone a Christian person. And Kaki was saying like she was raised religious, like going to church and everything, and she doesn't go to mass anymore because she feels like she can be a good person without having to go to the church. And I was like, 100%. I think it's really crazy. I mean, I've seen churches that do this. They're like, if you don't come to this exact building every Sunday, you don't go to heaven. What? This man-made building in a parking lot with a KFC nearby? Yeah, like it seems very manipulative and kind of just not good. It doesn't what's the positive of that? I feel like the guilt of not going to church every week has to do with the church sucking money out of people. I think so. It has to be. I mean, that's the only churches that do that is like those the ones that are like, give us a percentage of your income for tithing or whatever it is. Yeah, that's got to be it. That or like, I don't know, the attendance. Do they take attendance at church? I don't know. It seems like I mean, I'm the type of person the moment you pressure me to do something and or go somewhere, I will immediately not do that thing. Without even it won't even be a thought. I won't even have that thought process. It'll just be like, wow, suddenly everything involving that thing makes me feel gross inside. So I'm going to not do it anymore. It's bizarre to me that I feel really bad for a personality type that gets sucked into it. According to the New Testament, the only requirement to get to heaven is belief in Jesus God. I'm all about that. I think that's a beautiful way to believe in it. If they, the Trinity, whatever, however you believe, however you perceive the God figure, if they're infallible and they created us in their image, what kind of God would create hell and punish people? That seems like not something I would be into worshiping or so on and so forth. I much rather just like believe in God and Jesus, be a good person, live your life, be happy, worry about yourself. I mean, I added all that last stuff, but like, do you, man? Hex.
This might be a strange time, but hail Satan. But hail yourself, bitch, and thank you very much. We missed 420. I guess I did. How did this happen? Was I just blabbing? It's 426. Fuck a dick. Cheers.
If you guys could maybe give me a minute, I'm going to beat off now.
Thank you for the biddies, kitty cat. hold on, my chat did the thing. Hex, thank you for the 37 months. I had to see the months. I remembered it was 30 something, and then it went. Thank you. I appreciate you, boo. The Bible is there for control, and as groups split, they need control in different ways. So they have to change the text to fix their needs. I mean, that's literally what it feels like when you read it. It feels like someone just took the same story and rewrote it depending on who they wanted to like victimize at a certain point. I mean, I read the version I read was the New International. I just Googled like what was the most common Bible. That was it. And Jesus said, "Don't be a dick." And then his family tried to push him off a cliff. Because what crazy talk? Don't be a dick. Love my neighbor. I'm sorry, what? Kill him. Oh my god, you guys pumped us into a fucking hype train? How? Thank you for the hype train. She's married and so she abides the most modesty laws, wig and shawl over the head in public, long skirts, long shirts, and she still gets shit? Oh, well, okay. Anybody, literally, I don't care what your socials, your like political, moral standing, I don't care what your opinions are. Nobody has a right to comment on a stranger's anything in the street. I don't care what they have on their head, whether it's a shawl or and I don't give a fuck what is on your head, how you dress, whether it's religious or not. Anybody willing to do that is a dick. Just end of story. You're a dick. That's a dick. That's a fucking dick. I'm sorry that happens to your wife. That's disgusting. I don't know if this is against being a conservative Jewish religious woman, but if she can turn towards them and say, I don't know if you're aware, but you're a dick, and then just like carry on her way, I don't know if they'd take it in, but maybe. Kendo, thank you for the biddies, you silly fuck. I appreciate you. Lorelai Jade, thank you for the oh my god.
51 months? I almost stuttered. That's a lot, and I appreciate you. Thank you, love.
You're wonderful. Thank you very much for all the months. Beowulf's just gifted a sub to Crooked Krona. Crooked Krona. Wait. Yes. And that's your first gifted sub. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Vile, I can't believe you're off work. You're not working right now? Like, are you okay? For real. Like, do you need a hug? Consensually, of course. Easy day? Oh my god, those exist? Stop it. Knock on wood. Run! Run! Burn an effigy. UI Scuddy, a star so huge it could take a commercial jetliner 1,000 years to fly around once. Wow. An entirely capable of creating that must really care about our sinful monkey sex and money. But the blood of Jesus is gonna protect me from COVID. Like those ones. I mean, you know. Telling people their religion's gonna protect them from a virus. You're a fucking evil human if you do that. That's gross. Stop it. That's just asking to kill everybody. Ooh, yes, Lizzie. Lizzie with the education. Okay, let me tell you why. Oh, God. No pun intended. Oh, God. Hex, you silly fuck. Thank you for gifting 5 subs in the channel, you asshat. Zetsume Akare, King of Sloth. Spurp Shrub, I like your name. Spurp Shub, I like your name. Spicy for Trunks and Mark Moto. You're Markamoto. I can't. Speaking is, you know what? Butt wizardry, ass mansery, consensuality, refresh the channel, no ads, Zuri shit. Thank you, Hex. Speaking is hard and I give up today. Let me read this by Lizzie. Thank you very much, Hex. You're so kind. All of you really refresh the channel and you don't have to suffer ads for an entire month because Hex is kind. Thank you. Okay, let me tell you why Jesus' family actually rejected him. Fuck yeah. I don't condone it, but perspective. Absolutely. Jesus' perspective meaning think about the time and place this was supposedly taking place, and the book was written even. I don't condone it, but perspective. Jesus is the oldest male in the family. Joseph is dead at this point. He's 30, the main income for the poor family. He suddenly goes, quote, hey fam, you know John the Baptist, that religious guy who got assassinated? I'm going to become homeless and gather followers to preach basically a more sneaky version of what he did. Also, I'm probably God. Okay, bye. Yeah. Damn. I mean, a cliff is like extra, but I get where you're coming from. 100%. 100%. The cliff is, but I mean, a lot of cultures just killed people because they thought that was the way to do it. So I get it. I like it's all right. I don't get it, but it's not singular to just that part of the world. Hold on. I have a question for you. I know I can Google it and have, but maybe you know a better place to read up on the subject. Avoidant personality disorder. So, if you want to, sorry, I think I got a mosquito bite. Fuck. You can literally look up online. There's like a digital version of the most up-to-date DSM. The DSM, I have it somewhere close to me. I don't know exactly where it is. The DSM is the giant manual of quote unquote personality disorders, but it's literally everything. I mean, it's ADHD, OCD, everything. And within that book is the agreed upon clinical description of it. And that's where you're going to get like the most unbiased language about it. You know what I mean? Versus like if you go on the internet, Google or otherwise, literally anywhere, you're going to get articles from a bunch of really knowledgeable psychologists. I would definitely look for scholarly articles, things like that. But no matter what, there's going to be opinion injected and bias that people can't help. I mean, they're journalists. They write for a living. Like they look to creatively write, not scientifically, factually write. They're looking for people to read it because it's fun to read, not necessarily for education. So I would go there first. Seriously, get like it's just like boom, right there, broken down into the real shit. And then once you have that in your tool belt, then you can go into scholarly Google, start looking up articles from psychologists and notable psychiatrists and stuff like that. People who study, that neurodivergency for a living, and they are, have a huge sample size, so on and so forth. The DSM, what did I say? Didn't I say DSM? Or does it sound DSM? I'm sorry if I have an accent. Sometimes I slur my words. Vile the fuck. I knew something happened while I was blabbing my stupid mouth. Kendo, thank you for the biddies. And Vile for 10 gifted subs, you silly bitch. 10 tier 2 subs. You cunts have some emotes that are relatively rare. Vile, you crazy hoe. Thank you, you motherfuck. I appreciate you. Biz43, Zalkarai, Shadow, Zreth, Rachel, One Procrastinator, Toodlehausen, Melody, Garudin, and Haj Otis. Y'all boat wizards of the highest order of the second tier, which, like, thank you, Vile. Y'all refresh your channel. You don't have to suffer ads when I run them, which is super fucking dope. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here today, and thank you, Vile, for your generosity. Motherfuckers. I heard it, but I was like, I'm going to finish this thought and I'm going to go back. But there's always a chance Katie's ADHD brain will not go back. Not because I don't fully love you and appreciate butterflies and eggplants, I hate it. It's a terrible way to live. Thank you what the fuck? You just completed level 5 of a hype train. That's the highest emote you can get. Fucking Kendo. You silly fucking honeybean. Thank you very much for the 1,000 biddies. You generous ass. I appreciate you. Yeah, just wanted to make sure since I might have misheard you and searching a DSM. Not sure if I'm finding the right medium. Yes, it is the diagnostic. Let me see. It's right behind me. Hold on. I think it's behind me. It's not. I'm going to find it because I'm going to get you the real name. It's very close to my desk somewhere. Miracles. Diagnostical, and this is an older version. This is what I mean. Like if you buy a printed version, they're constantly updating it because it's a science. Humans are way too complicated to ever have a permanent version of this book. So it's called the DSM, but this is my version from when I was in college. Ignore I'm old. Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders. Mine's the 4th edition, text revised. But I've been informed that you can go online and see the most up-to-date one. Like you can just search it. Yoshi, thank you for the gifted sub. Higgy Zombie use a boat was the highest order. Go forth and be consensual. Thank you. You almost got that past me, motherfucker. Almost. Thank you for the level 5 hype train, you silly fucks. I appreciate your generosity. I got a chick. Wait, what is that? Is that a chicken? This might be the first hype emote I've gotten in a while that I like. Hell yeah. So yeah, this is it. And it can be so I think the online like search version will be a lot more user friendly, but it can be hard to search through because like for instance, what we found, we were playing with it the other day cuz it is very every page is interesting. You can just flip to a random page, get a new disorder to read about. It's pretty fun. Um fun. That's a horrible thing to say about mental disorders. You know what I mean? Interesting. Uh but it can be hard because a lot of the like common language for mental disorders is no longer used anymore. So for instance, if you searched Asperger's or looked for it in the index, you would not find it in the new version. We no longer even use that word because that guy did like experiments to people and was a horrible person. It's now just there's an autism spectrum. Or like there used to be ADHD and HDD or HDD or something. What was it? ADHD and ADD. ADHD and ADD. Now it's just a spectrum of ADHD. So there's certain things you'll look for and you won't be able to find. So we were trying to find sociopathy as sociopath, no longer used. Even in this one, it's now just it's a spectrum of antisocial personality disorder. So that can be kind of hard. Just a like warning, when you're searching, don't give up. Just try to find like the very medical term for. But you've got it. Antisocial personality disorder was the one you're looking for, right? Anxiety is almost like a comorbidity for almost everything in this book. It's kind of wild. It's ADHD-I, ADHD-H, and ADHD-C. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Honestly, I like the spectrums better because to categorize humans under like ADD or ADHD, and that's just it. We're way too fucking weird. And I say that in a positive light. Like we are very like complex. We're very varied. Everybody's so different. You can't. It feels inhuman to column A, column B people. Where if it's a spectrum, it's like the shades of colors. You can be anywhere on that, and it's so much more fluid. It feels more human. Bullwolves. Let's try to find it, man. I haven't even been to it. So what my book says, it's Psychiatry Online or DSMonline.org. Let's go. I'll go. I'll try to find it. I'm not gonna feed you bullshit, B. DSM online.org. Back in the day, you needed like a password and shit to get into it. Like you had to be like in school to get free access. Did I just fucking type that into chat? Well, there you go. That's what it said. My bad. Wrong keyboard. It's fine. Wow, it didn't load at all. We're doing great. So far, so good. Nothing loaded. We're having a great time. Hold on. I'll go do the other one. Madam. Oh, bitch. This one actually moved. Oh, shit, it worked. Bitch. Did I just find it for you? I'm going to feel real good if I did. Give it to me. Okay, it was loading. Now it's not. It's being a dick fucker. Don't be a dick fuck. Nobody likes that. Non-consensual sounding is my nightmare. ADD was so they actually kind of gendered them unconsciously but consciously. So ADHD was the attention deficit hyperactive disorder, and that was the one that was more often than not diagnosed onto boys because the way that ADD or ADHD, however you want to put it, presents in them is more annoying. Typically annoying behaviors like talking too much, being messy, leaving messes, being all over the place. Whereas young girls who have ADD, just attention deficit disorder, they will outlet their ADD into psychotically alphabetizing all the movies and all the books in your house and organizing your forks and knives and all of that, but she won't hear you when you scream fire because she is organized, but it's deemed as a positive attribute, so it was way less diagnosed and more often than not diagnosed as just attention deficit disorder, which was deemed as not as important to worry about or treat or anything like that. And we realized that gender doesn't have any fucking reason to be in that equation. Remember when I was on meds and I told you the side effects I was having? Yes. Yes, Hex. Yes, I do remember that. I remember that very clearly. Hi, Tare. How are you, love? Yeah, Vimes. Mine won't load either. And it should be, I mean... I was told you could totally get it. But who knows? Wait. Oh, shit. Hold on. Maybe I did. No, that's the assessment. I don't fucking want that. Get out of here. Get out of here. No. View and comment. Nope. No. Buy the DSM. No, thank you. Can you for real only buy it? That's pretty... Dude, Zach sounds like he's literally choking to death on an NT tube in the other room. If he dies one day, I won't know it. Give it to me! Nothing? Nothing at all. I don't want that one. Stop it. Yeah, for real. Even though I'm a member of the psychiatric association because I just took classes, it's still $45 for me. So I don't know, man. I think I got debated by someone in chat. I really don't know. But I mean, if you know other ways to like attain things on the interwebs, there might be other ways. You know what I mean? Boom, Vimes did it. Boom, it's a PDF. See? I hate that I went to college. It's literally like if I went to college 5 years later, I could have got all my books for free. I'm pissed.
_419 tipped $5. CK, I need people to accept my beautiful child Jelby for what they are as a beautiful Furby trapped in jello. I don't want to be Mike Pence's friend anymore if you don't do this because I'm still in high school and Jelby is beautiful like Pride Chickens you.
I fucking forgot that part. Imagine being in the United States court and saying the president told me he no longer wanted to be my friend. Like, that is legit part of your shit you have to say. The president was like, turn over the election and give it to me, or I don't want to be your friend anymore. And you have to quote that with a straight fucking face. That's another plane of acting, my dudes. I can't with that. Tamud, I've quite literally had a breakdown looking for my phone while it's in my hand. Been there, B. I'm right there with you. Yeah. Tara, I started crying, laughing. I couldn't even take it. That is the most hilarious shit I've ever heard in my life. Deep prostate exam. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my stream. Can I ask why your prostate's so far up there? Like, what happened? Is it too much sitting on your ass? Did it just, like, gravity? Like, it was, like, floating to the top? Like, help? I need some action? Like, what's up with that? The world needs to know. $300? Holy shit. You have to buy your own coding books to take the exam. That's how they're getting you. That's how they blackball you into buying the books. When I was going to school, it was, I don't know if they still do this in colleges, but my professors, every quarter, they would edit their book. So you had to buy the newest edition of it. So you couldn't buy a used book ever. The page numbers would be wrong. It was so malicious and horrible. The day the USA voted for Trump was the day it stopped surprising me. I stopped getting surprised after Sandy Hook, when no one did anything after a whole bunch of kids were gunned down. That freaked me out. My country basically that was a big, like, mental middle finger. Did the president contact you to see if you were catering the attack on the Capitol? Well, no. He said he wasn't my friend anymore, so... Can you give him this bracelet back? Thanks. I'll just walk home. It's fine. Are you taking off, Vile? I love you.
I love you.
Have a good day, honey boo. Not the 2022. Isn't that disgusting? That's what they used to do to me in my college all the time. And I would go up to my teacher and I'd be like, hey, the bookstore only had the last quarter's edition. Can you help me with the book numbers? And the teacher would just be like, are you sure you can't get the new edition? And I just wanted to fucking punch them in the eyes so hard. But I don't believe in violence randomly like that. It should be with an arena. It's, oh, but man, did I want to punch him in the eyes. Dear Pres Trump, are we friends? Yes, no, please circle. You get it back and it, like, you pull it apart and it's stuck together by some, you know, rips the paper, but you definitely see no circled. Dude, Bubblicious, that's literally, you would want to say that sometimes, but the teachers would come back at you with, do you want to know what I'm paid? Do you want to know blah, 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 blah? And you're just like, we're all poor. Can you not feed into the system? Thanks, bitch. This is the bill. Yeah. That's the one responsible for all my wounds. She's precious. I know. Don't let it fool you. She's full of malicious intent. Why do you have so much debt? Just pay it off. Just buy a house. Fuck it. That's how you solve your problems. Just buy a house. Bubblicious, I honestly, some of my professors were only in their mid-20s. I really, really felt like that. I was like, have you already forgotten? It was that fast, and I mean, I swear to fuck, you're still paying those loans. You have to be paying your loans off. What the? You're 3 years older than the older guy in my class. Get the fuck out of here. You know what this is. Stop. Some professors were dope. Some would literally, like, honestly, it was usually, like, literature professors, history professors. They'll require books that are so old, sometimes you can't find them because they're so old. But I'd rather do that because they're usually 99 cents. We're playing president. If you don't want to play this game, you can go downstairs and we're no longer friends. Bye. Talk to the hand. Talk to my tiny hand. I don't know how to make my hand smaller. Sorry, I tried. I mean, Lizzie, that's exactly how I felt. And, you know, being 6 foot, I'm bigger and better than most people. And I was definitely twice the size of most of my professors. So talking to them in their office hours, I'd just be standing next to them like, sometimes your presence helps. I will. For real. I mean, it's just very bizarre to have a very tiny person 3 years older than you tell you to go buy a $300 book when you found the one from 2 months ago, because my school was on quarters, 2 months ago for $60. No. I'll struggle. The same information's in this one. You just moved it around, you dumb slut. Oh my god, Kendo. Those I gotta figure out how to make it better. For some reason, to get my camera to pick it up, I had to, like, point my phone basically down at my keyboard, and then you could barely see anything. I gotta get my iPad or something. That was fucking funny. I was having a great time. It really helped me pay attention, to be honest. Try accounting economics. They rewrite the text every year and they're authors of it. That's exactly what all my professors did too. Math professors, biology, they were the authors. I'm not shitting you. It was the exact same. I mean, it was my teachers' books, and they would literally just change around a few things every quarter. So every single page was off from last quarter's book. So they'd give you your syllabus, which would carefully outline all the chapters perfectly that are going to be on the test, but only if you bought the $400 new book. If you were like me, and you went for the old version, you struggle bust and you found the information on your own, which was fine because I was already knew how to do that. But Jesus fuck. About the college wait, the time a college professor got so mad at me that she canceled class because I refused to play into her bullshit. No, she canceled. Wait, like send all the kids out. Like peace, bitches. I'm done. Stop it. Cass, that's the way to do it. And I had a few professors that did that who were awesome. Usually it was like my history professors and shit. Like I took a lot of just European history and stuff just for funsies and Russian and stuff. And that they would use the oldest. I mean, the books were ancient, but fuck yeah, dude, they were cheap and they held up. I mean, books are hardcore for a reason. Not only are they costing us money, they're putting a lot of books into landfills. I mean, think about all that paper. Let alone what else is in like I mean, if you look at like a textbook nowadays, the pages are all glossy and shit. It's not just paper in there anymore. Like what the fuck is that? Just landfills of it. Cuz you change the sentence around. Everything should be digital. IMO. For school stuff, like books that you're not exactly going to keep and read for funsies later on. Education should be a right, not a privilege. 100% agree. 100%. But why aren't you buying houses? I have enough debt. Thank you. I'm good. Odious. Fuck yes. I think my anatomy professor did the same, actually. My anatomy books were pretty darn expensive, but they weren't like, every quarter, but I could get used ones and I was fine. I think the cool thing about the anatomy books was like you could get the used books, but you had like at least my anatomy classes, I don't know if yours were the same. You would get like a workbook, and the workbook was new every quarter, but the workbook was like $15 because you were ripping pages out and using it to study and tearing out body parts and whatnot. So the workbook would get updated, and the workbook would like comment on the book if something had changed, but you could literally use. I mean, the same book had been used because anatomy. I mean, physiology changes. We understand more about our bodies, but for the most part, anatomy. I mean, we've skinned a cat, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I didn't have to skin a cat, thank fuck. But Bellingham Community College does skin cats. If you take anatomy there, just an FYI. They're dead, by the way, roadkill cats. I don't know if I said that. Oh yeah, you know what I did? I bought the coloring book and then I realized how much that helped me. Like I'm very tactile like that, like, building stuff always helps me. Like when I was doing chemistry stuff, I always got all the little chem kits to build the chemical models because it just helps my brain. Like once I see it, I can remember it. But conceptualizing it in my head, my brain just doesn't like grasp the image. So I started literally like making artistic renditions of organs and systems of the body and parts and stuff just for me. Like I would sit in the library, I remember, with all my colored pencils and shade them forever. I was never turning any of this in. It was just my notes. But something about that process made shit stick so much better. Let me on. How are you, love? Did you have to skin a cat? Yeah, we got fetal pigs, which fuck. I had a lot of friends who had to skin cats, and I was like, is skinning the cat part of anatomy and physiology, though? Like, I don't know. We didn't have to skin our fetal pig. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Skinning's part of it. Like, I didn't skin anything in the hospital, but maybe. Sure. Fuck yeah, dude. I just packed a new bowl. Do you think they counted the ways they skinned them? Oh my god, stop it. How many ways do you think there were to skin a cat? Oh, fuck, Pyro, did I miss it? I was looking for it. I probably just skipped by itching my eyeball. Hold on. Oh, yeah, she sent me out for being defiant and then set the rest of the class out 10 minutes later because she was so mad. All right. Isn't part of I mean, I'm not saying teachers should be babysitters, but part of being a teacher is like, putting up with kids. Like, you kind of signed up for it, right? I even had another teacher yell at me and ask if it was because the first teacher was a shorter woman. Wait, what? But why was she pissed at you originally? What the fuck? Yucky. I had a politics teacher who was just interesting. We filed an official complaint. School posted a looking for part-time to cover politics until the end of the year. Stop it. You must have not been the only one. You couldn't have been the only one. Nah, after one office's hours meeting with Psych 101 professor, I was told I'd be given an A if I agreed to never come back to class nor tell any of my classmates about the conversation. Sounds like a good psychologist. The professor sold me his new book for 20 pounds, even though it cost 80. Oh my god, that's so nice. Oh, that's a nice professor. I think a lot of professors that aren't tenured, it's a lot of the way they make money. Because tenured professors get paid shit, I think. Still. I mean, untenured, excuse me. Tenured means you have a good job even though you don't do shit. I bought like a book, same material in it, got gold, got gold. Got told it was the wrong one and I was like, it's the same thing. Whole thing, but yours costs 10 times more. I'm gonna be fine. I got a C plus on the final grade. Stop it. And I just went C fixed in, and I don't think I've seen a teacher sour so hard. All I have to say to that. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna dick me, I don't care if you're a teacher or not. Teachers, all the teachers I know make dick. Like, they would not dick another person. Fucking have some empathy for human beings, for fuck's sake. Hex, I mean, you take it, and you sleep with it. I still have the cheese strain, the weird, the pussy poo na na na. You had a fetal pig too? I'm glad I'm not the only one. It's like, if a pig goes to slaughter and they're pregnant, after they've been slaughtered, they realize they're pregnant, the baby's already dead. They give them to science, and then we get to dissect them. Because pigs look exceedingly similar to us on the inside. Very, very similar in terms of, like, placement of organs and stuff. She was mad because she misexplained how to do something. Oh my god, this is exactly how I got in trouble the one time I ever got in trouble in high school. She was mad because she explained how to do something on an expansive paper, or she misexplained. Sorry, I missed that word. She misexplained how to do something on an expansive paper, and I refused to redo it because I was more than halfway done with it. Though I very politely said I would correct it going forward and on future projects. She even threatened to give me a 0 on the assignment if you didn't completely redo your paper. Kind of sounds like someone on a control trip, a power trip. Oh, Tara, they don't live long. Really. I mean, I've had two jumpers, huge. I mean, they're like almost as big as a quarter. There's a male and a female that have just been wandering my walls for weeks. And as much as I'd love to give them a beautiful home, like I know they're probably gonna die soon. I'd rather just enjoy them on the walls till they die alone in a corner somewhere. I just don't want to. It's so sad. They're wild. These aren't my pet spiders I let go, if anybody's wondering. They're just native spiders here. Just an FYI. I mean, oh god. It's like authors should get paid. However, a book that is not printed in a physical form must be cheaper than the physical form by significant amounts. Otherwise, I ain't getting it. That doesn't make sense. Who the fuck's getting all that money? I know it's not the author. Trust me, everyone would be an online author if it was going to the author. Because the markup, I mean, it's insane. I do believe you need to, I mean, it's art, right? It's art, for sure. But geez, if a book is $20 and the online version is $20, I'm just like, what happened there? Which one's getting fucked or not? Pyro. Ask me tomorrow and I'll tell you the story of how I got kicked out of class the one time. It was a good time. Actually, it was horrible. I hate getting in trouble. I get really nervous. Oh, tear. And that's the thing, like, I I know it's also a sign of a tarantula molting when they can't climb, But every time I'm like, are you gonna die? Are you gonna fucking die? Magpie Fairy, thank you for the follow. Welcome. A professor got mad at us for asking clarifying questions because she had a ton of spelling errors in her test. Oof. I've had a teacher do that to me. Oh my God. That happened almost the exact same thing. Like our teacher got fed up and just had us throw the tests in and they were like, we'll do it tomorrow because there were so many goddamn errors on the test. I think their TA did it though. I don't think my professor, I think the TA was the one that typed it up and it was like the TA decided to take LSD first, which like power to you. Like have fun. Just not my jam. You know what I'm saying? Got mad at us for asking clarifying questions because we should be able to figure out the answer from context in the questions. 100%. Yes. My favorite, same bio teacher who told my entire class of freshmen that your lungs collapse when you sleep and that if you listen really carefully first thing in the morning, you can hear them popping back open. No, no, no. Same teacher though. There was a question on the test that like was in zero of the material covered. Trust me, OCD went over all of it. And I went up to the front of the room and I'm like, this wasn't in our material. And she goes, oh, it's further in the book. And I'm like, you mean in the material you didn't assign yet that we haven't read yet? Well, yes. That was all I got. And she turned away. That was it. She was tenured. Fucking cunt. I still haven't seen Toph. Dude, that's right here. Oh, you can't see it anymore. I moved my camera. Look at this. I've got 3 spiders. These are my underground dwellers. And I have 3 brand new enclosures I've made them. They're beautiful, but they're all webbed into their tunnels, molting or some bullshit. All 3. So I just sit here and wait. You gonna come out, bitch? Someday. They're just gonna come out bigger. She was she was a snot. You could just tell she was very pretentious. In the middle of class while we were like learning about, some biology subject. I don't know. This was literally my freshman year of college. Please forgive me if I don't remember everything. She would go off and just, well, my husband's a falconer. So in the falconry, well, he falcons because we have falcons. And the whole class would just be like, oh my gosh, she's so dreamy. Meanwhile, I'm like, she told us all your lungs collapse. Hello? It was crazy. It was so weird. They're all having little sleepy sleeps right now. It's very annoying. Right after I finish all their enclosures, little bitches. It's fine, honestly. Honestly, I'd rather them molt in the old enclosure because then it's not going to fuck up the new one. Because what will happen is if I would have moved them first, then they would have destroyed the enclosure I made them to create a molting space, molted all over the fucking thing, shed hairs, pushed their body parts everywhere, ruined it. I'd have a mess to clean up again. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't clean it up. But you know what I mean? Now they get to go in all pristine and soft. I mean, I'd love to have a falcon friend, but I don't want to hear a pretentious lying biology teacher getting paid 10-year salary tell me about her husband's falconry all day. Well, they're paying her $5,000 a quarter to teach me biology 101. Is that so wrong? You know what I mean? Cocky, I love you. Have a beautiful day, honey boo. Actually, oh my God, I have to go too. I have to go stretch my back and shit and watch watch. I'm gonna go watch my dogs. Walk my dogs. Thank you for reminding me what time it is. But I did want to cheers with you guys. I packed a brand new bowl. And I wanted to cheers with you. Ow. Ugh. I've actually always wanted to get into falconry, but I travel too much to really, I don't want to own falcons. I really don't think I am home enough, nor do I have the income level, but I'd love to, apprentice a falconer, Just learn about them, respect them I love them. They're beautiful animals. I got to falcon, I guess, when I was in the UK last time, and it was incredible. I have a video of it. I died in it. You're just looking at a corpse now. I'm gonna go watch my dogs walk. Just gonna stare at them. I just stare at my dogs now. Cheers, bitches. Whatever you got to cheers with, by the way. If you're new to my channel or just swinging by, we ain't like gatekeepers of the stonery. Everybody gets to cheers with whatever you got, whether it's water or what. I don't give a fuck. For me, it's weed. The reason I have to take my dog so early is because we took him to get groomed the other day, and Zach went and picked him up and left their collars. So I have to go get their collars from our groomer before they close. Like all their like the rabies, all the good tags they really need. Bless his heart. But they don't have any identification right now, and if my dogs got out, no one would know who they belong to. Although they're chipped. Thank fuck they're chipped, but paranoia. I gotta go get their fucking collars. Yeah, that's the problem with 10 years. So if you're unfamiliar with 10 year, remind me tomorrow and I will I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of teachers in chat who could also share with you the pleasures and I mean, it's just terrible. It's like you have to compete amongst all your fellow coworkers for basically a contract for your job that says you get a job for 10 years at this ridiculous salary that's 5 to 10 times more than anyone else in the department is making. And it doesn't matter how well you do your job, it's yours. For 10 years, it's yours. Like, you gotta fucking kill someone to get fired. And everybody else is making 20K a year, working 10 times as hard because they can get fired. Like, literally, most professors, it's a quarter by quarter basis whether or not they have a job. It's crazy high stress. I would never want that. Hell yeah. I've got some nice room temperature Monster. It's delectable. I don't have any cats because I am a cat. So I have dogs. Chips move though. I need to remember to have the vet check. I've heard that before. So before I leave, this is very important because this is regarding a dog's safety, and that's more important than anything in the world. So I'm pretty sure we do this worldwide now, but when you go to the vet, usually when you get your puppy or, adopt a dog, they inject a little rice grain chip like in the back of their neck, right? It's supposed to be like at the nape of their neck, right where they can't reach. So it just settles, and it's real small. It just goes right under the skin. And I remember Millie, my pug, my forever puppy who passed away last year. If I talk about her too much, I'll cry, so I'm not going to. But she was perfect, trust me. She had it put there, like behind her neck, and by the time she was 13, it was in her arm. I could feel it literally, like a grain of rice just under her skin, right here. Thankfully, she was, a pug. So when they scan for the chip, it's pretty hard to miss any part of the dog. But now I've got giant poodles. Like, that could go anywhere. I don't know. It is good. It is totally worth getting checked out. They do actually take that seriously now. Holy shit. Wow. Odious, I can't even imagine. I cannot imagine. I think nepotism is if it involves a relative, right? I don't, correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know. I tend to, follow the rules when someone else is my boss and when I'm my own boss. Cheers. Wow. That was hot. Semi vomited on you. It's fine. You like it. Oh, they do it in the ear too now? Oh, Katie Cat, I didn't know that. I wonder if they would do that on bigger dogs. Our dogs definitely got them in their neck. I can feel them in there. They're still there. But if you can't feel it, I mean, it might be worth getting checked out because you don't want it to migrate out. Oh, your Mastiff knows where it is. We have standard poodles, so they're huge. But when they got chipped, they were like little butterball dumbasses. So I'm hoping they don't know where it is. No shit. Popios, that's crazy. I mean, maybe it's the skin. All the skin. Maybe. But I always assumed the way they planted it in, it would be somewhere in a way that couldn't migrate no matter what. Because a lot of dogs have extra skin. But Millie's, I mean, it never moved past that point though. Has your pugs moved at all? That was Millie. Like, I would used to just sit there and massage her rolls. Just pick, like, she'd sit there and just be like, ugh. The pug sounds, the happy ones. Not the stress scream, when you get that good spot. Oh, yeah. Those wrinkles were the shit. But yeah, it literally, like, I don't know how, but one day I felt it right here and I was like, huh, interesting. That's not where they put it. but it stayed there for like ever. Yep, the happy snorts. That's why I love. I mean, hold on, Popios. I don't know if you were here yesterday when we died over this. This will be my last thing today because I do have to get my dog's damn collars. But my friend Rod has a elegant. If you don't know, my friend Rod Johnston, he's amazing. Another local Coloradan has an amazing French bulldog named Gizmo. And yesterday, he shared a video with us of Gizmo just being ridiculous. And while they are not the same breed of dog, the personalities are damn close. Like every time I've seen Gizmo and hung out with him, I'm like, this is young Millie. Like he reminds me so much the sounds and just the weird clowny personality. It's really weird. But this video will give you so much joy and happiness. Same, this video. I left it on repeat just too many times yesterday because it's the epitome of cute. Like I die. I'm already looking at it. I just am dying. It's just so cute. There's 59 views on it. 50 of them are probably me. Just put it that way. I love me a cute little bully breed. I can't help it. They're just. Oh, yeah. I could literally go on for an entire stream about how firmly I do not believe there is an evil breed of dog. That is the dumbest, most ignorant shit you could say to me out loud. There are shitty dog owners. Period. And they tend to go for breeds that historically people have given a shitty name. Pit bulls were literally created to be nannies of babies, baby humans. And then people were like, yeah, but we could like make them fight each other like fucking wastes of air. Let's do. No, bad. Stop it. Dogs are perfect souls. I very much stand for dogs in all capacities. Yeah. Seriously, I'm 100%. No shut. Is it still like, is it understandable, BDO? Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, they are. They were nursemaid dogs. Seriously. I mean, the meanest dog I've ever been in the presence of in my life was a goddamn Yorkshire Terrier. Mean. I mean, like, if you've ever been attacked by a rooster, it's similar to that. Like, they don't give up how many times you kick them in the head. Not that I would kick a dog. It was smaller than my shoe. Like, I literally just put my foot up, and it was like... What? I'd be scared if I was bred to be the size of a rat as well. They're cute and can be wonderful. But people buy tiny dogs and then treat them like they're rats. And then they're scared of everything, and it makes me sad. That's like, I've heard that. Wait, what's the other one? I've been, like, my neighbor. Ugh. There's an old lady that lives across the street from me, and I swear to fuck, she has 8 rat dogs. And I thought they were Pomeranians. I don't know if I told you guys this. I've complained about this 8 because she leaves them in her yard no matter what the weather is 24/7, and they just yipe all day. 8 of them all the time. It's insane. I thought they were Pomeranians. They are insanely obese chihuahuas. They're so obese, I thought they were fluffy. It's just across the street. My eyes aren't that bad. With all the exercise they get outside, I have no idea how this is happening. But Jesus fuck, when do we, like, how many is too many? 1 at that level. Ugh. It's just, it feels like abuse. I don't know. I'm not out here to judge, but Jesus Christ. Right? They are a herd. I mean, they move like birds do in the sky together. It's like this herd of obese little chihuahuas in the yard just all day, and they set my dogs off. They might. I mean, honestly, I've wondered. Like, what is she trying? I don't know. That's a lot. It's just a lot. And her yard is like a quarter the size of mine. Imagine the amount of poo. Is anyone picking it up? Like, who is it? Are they screaming for help? Do I help them? That's not okay, Katie Cat. Like, I always had to put Millie in the big dog park when I took her to the dog park because she played like a big dog, but she wasn't mean or roughhousey. Like, I would never encourage aggression in my dog, even towards a bigger dog. Like, absolutely not. Dogs can stand their ground and not attack. Again, and that's all dog ownership. Like, I don't think there's a mean breed of dog that's ignorant shit. It literally, it's like, but I think people do it because like I had a pug for years. She just passed away last year, unfortunately. Heartbreaking, worst day of my life still. But she, I got her when I was in college, and I would literally like hide her in my jacket and take her to class, and then go hiking with her and shit. And I kind of didn't raise her on purpose, but just via my lifestyle, I'd take her hiking and go swimming to the lake and go out on the boat and stuff. She was very rough and tumble. Like, she just had no fear of anything. She thought she was a big dog. But I liked that. I was used to big dogs. I didn't want some yippy thing that like shivered at my feet when anybody was in my house. That's not, I don't want a purse dog. I don't know. Not my jam. Only forged. I love that. No hate is ever born. Only forged. It's true. And with dogs, it's so sad because it's like fear based. It's like something in that dog's natural life has made them so scared that they're turning to defending themselves like that. That breaks my fucking heart into two. Because dogs are pure, innocent, and perfect and better than you. Stop it. Better than me. They're better than everybody. Dogs are everything. Central Cheers. Oh my god. Yes, I was waiting for that. 420 B Tree happy. I figured I couldn't like host someone right on a 420. That's not very nice. Also, I'm selfish. I want to cheers. Cheers. I wouldn't, I mean, that's so weird because then here's Katie Cat. This is what I would think. And if you ever get to talk to her, present this. Present this argument. So at the dog park, she might think it's funny to watch big dogs run from her small dog. But what happens the day that she goes to the dog park and there's a dog there not afraid of the small dog and it fucking eats her dog? My dogs, they're poodles. I have two standard poodles. Their mouth is big enough to consume my head in a bite. They could snip my neck like a pair of rose snippers, quite simply. And there will be a day that that dog won't have fear. I would never risk my dog's life for a funny thing, like by teaching them to be aggressive towards a big dog. Like, never. That's my fucking child. You shut your You know what I mean. Dogs are perfect and I love them. I really do, though. All of them. Oh, Fitz, I'm so sorry. It is hard. And it can literally, that's the thing, it can happen in 2 seconds. And it's not the fault of the dog. It cannot be the fault of the dog. You cannot put fault on a dog. Stop it. Until you got to acknowledge like some dogs like cognizance or something before you put fault on a dog. That's insane. You can't do that. Yeah, I used to, this is my favorite. This was my like where I kind of had my best experiences, my first experiences ever with pit bulls. I used to work at a Lowe's for like 7 years while I was in college. But we were, if you've ever been to Lowe's or Home Depot, they all look exactly the same. Big old box store, huge aisles. Usually down in like the lumber area, it's fairly empty. And so we had this lady who it was in her free time, she rehabilitated pit bulls who were used as the bait dogs. If you're unfamiliar with that, you're living a great life. It's a horrible, horrible concept. So in dog fighting, there are the aggressive dogs, and then the dogs that won't fight become bait dogs to teach the aggressive dogs, hey, it's okay to slaughter your own kind. Go for it. It's horrific. So there are wonderful people out there that rescue these dogs, thankfully, because people will like throw them in dumpsters. They'll think they're dead and shit. It's horrific. And she asked one of my managers, like, hey, is it cool if I come around like later in the evening and just walk the dogs up and down the aisles just to walk past people? And they were always, literally the sweetest dogs you'd ever meet in your entire life. Ever. And they always had the most adorable bandanas on. And their bandanas would have little sayings like, I really like it if you scratch my ears, but please don't touch my back. I mean, they were hand embroidered. I died. It was the best. Every night I closed, she would come in and walk all these different pit bulls just up and down the aisles. And they were so, but some of them, the only thing that broke my heart was some of them were just like broken. Or like their ears were chewed off and shit. And you were just like, it's really, really, really hard for my brain to accept that there's a human being in the world that can consciously do that to a dog. Like, what? I'm sure you guys get it. I'm preaching to the crowd. I can't with it. And pitties just get the worst. There are a lot of dogs with bad names. Rottweilers. I grew up with Rotties. You know what I did. I've told you guys a million times. They're pussies. They're the best. I love them. I also had a Doberman as a child because my family obviously doesn't give into those stereotypes. She would just wet her pants if you clapped your hands too loud or if there was thunder and lightning outside. Her name was Guinevere. I mean, and you can't generalize personal experience. However, I've known so many people that have the same stories. Like, none of my dogs attacked anyone. They loved everyone. My Rottweiler would lick your flesh off you because out of love. Like, it's people, man. Dogs, dogs, not species. Sorry, the breeds of dogs can all fuck each other. That means it's the same fucking species. So that's like saying that me and a black person are going to have different personalities based on our skin color. It's quite dog racist to get very generalized with it. To say that because the way they look on the outside, they're going to inherently just be different to a point that you have no control. That's going to be a mean dog and it's going to kill everybody. What is wrong with you? Stop. Who would stress lick because he got weaned off? Oh. And his mom rejected him. Oh my God, it let him lick. You know, Millie stress licked, actually. I wonder if that happened. Because she was a rescue from a puppy mill. I wonder. Like, she would sit at my feet and lick my ankle for 24 hours if I let her. She just passively, not aggressively, not like trying to eat me or anything, just like, forever. I always wondered. Maybe that was it. I agree, Katie Cat. I mean, this is my opinion that should not be put into effect because it's sick. But people who abuse animals, like, you know how some cosmetic companies in different countries allow testing of cosmetics on animals to ensure it's safe for me to use. So, for instance, they'll take a beagle puppy and spray Chanel perfume into its eyes and mouth for 7 years. And if it lives, then I get to put it on my neck. How about we take animal abusers instead? Because a human trial makes way more sense, don't you think? I'm just saying. Like, if you're so fucking evil that you can do animal abuse, maybe some Chanel in your eyes won't be too bad. Allegedly. Know what I'm saying? Dogs are perfect. How dare you? I can't with it. Yep, I think it's a comforting thing. I was thinking about that because, not that, a pug is anything like a wolf, but I know I've just been watching like animal documentaries. Wolves, oftentimes in anxiety moments, like if the dad of the pack, if he is anxious because he senses something going on, all the others will come up and just start licking his face like intensely. It's crazy. All the puppy, like usually packs are just made of a mom, dad, and some puppies. The whole alpha omega thing got knocked out of the wind years ago, but I've watched it. It's very weird. Like in, secret documentary footage, the beautiful footage. I love that we have drones. If they could just be legal for simply taking amazing footage of wildlife and not destroying nature to do it, that's pretty cool. Delivering packages creepy. But, getting to see really exotic animals but not destroy their natural, area of life, their habitat. I don't know how else to say that. I think that's the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean. I don't think cats are better than dogs, and I don't think dogs are better than cats. Honestly, I would never compare. Every animal deserves to be loved, especially if people decided to take it out of nature and care for it. Any animal, period. If you have a dog or a cat, you best be loving that fuck. How dare you? Yeah, love them all, man. I've got spiders and frogs and geckos and lizards, snakes, and I took that responsibility when I took them into my home. I will give them the best life possible. Period. I don't care what the animal was. Me too. Same. I can't with it, dude. I watched the newest Harry Potter movie, The Dumbledore's Secrets or whatever, and the first half hour is just I just cried. I'm not going to spoil it in case anyone cares about that shit anymore. But it's a lot of cute little animal being slaughtered. If that kills you, I cried. Even though it's CGI and I know it's fake, I fucking bawled my eyes out. I can't take it. It kills me. I can't watch John Wick or Wick. John Wick, is that his name? John Wick? The Wick movies with Keanu Reeves. Everybody's like, oh, they're so good though. There has to be another way to piss me off than stomp a puppy. There has to be. There must be another way to piss me off and make me on your side than stomping a puppy. I know you can do it. Challenge. I'm really glad I'm not the only one. I get a lot of shit for that. Can't you just accept it's not real and get over it? Is the point of entertainment to sit there and tell yourself over and over, it's not real, get over it, it's not real, get over it. Don't get sucked into this movie, don't enjoy it, don't immerse yourself, don't do it. It's not real. Like, who the fuck's doing that while they watch a movie for entertainment? No. We're looking to zone out and pretend we're a princess or whatever the fuck. I don't want to zone out and get puppy stomped. 100%. I mean, they deserved... honestly, I don't agree. No death. Just like slowly flayed for all eternity. With like a very dull butter knife. A dull, rusty-ass butter knife. Death is too good for them, you know? That's like peace. You don't deserve that. Yeah. Honestly, if anybody stomped a puppy, like, you don't deserve something quick and peaceful like that. You deserve a lot more. How? I love, this is the best website. I was literally just going to say this, Pendragon. I have to go because I have to go to the groomers and pick up my dog's collars that were left there before they close. However, on this note of like, for those of us who don't want to watch animals, especially really cute, young, adorable ones get slaughtered in movies for no reason when there's thousands of bajillions of other ways you could piss me off in a movie because you're writing the movie yourself. You're writing it like you did it. You wrote it. You did it. You can write more. I have faith. This website's amazing. It's literally called doesthedogdie.com. And let me tell you, it is on every single homepage and bookmarks thing I can have ever. Spoilers abound, but who wants that? Who wants that? Who's looking for the dog dying for entertainment? You're crazy. Seek therapy, please. And, you know.
Did you take your joy today?
For real.
Never forget to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth as velvet.
I tear up a tinge when I see it. Oh, grandparents are off limits. I can't remember the last time I saw grandparents, like, in danger, though. Other than that very creepy movie where the grandparents were murdered and, like, thrown in a fucking dumpster and fake grandparents took over. What was that one? The Visit? Oh my god, amazing horror movie if you haven't seen it. It's incredible. Really intense, but very scary. I can't remember the last time I saw a Nana get beat down, but I couldn't take that either. I feel like innocent, cute little grandparents are off limits. Puppies are off limits. Babies. Yeah. I mean, and it's not like, it's just, I'm not going to enjoy that. And your movie's not going to leave a good feeling on my heart. You know what I mean? Like, once I've seen a puppy get stomped, it's pretty much all over for me. That's all I'm going to think about all night. Which one didn't? Why aren't they dead yet? Are they dead in real life yet? Can we do something about that? I'm just kidding. You know what I mean, though? Like, I just can't. Yeah, I can't with that. Animals, man, they're just too pure. I wanted to be a vet for most of my childhood until I found out you had to put animals down, like euthanize. And I was like, nope. To be frank, it's probably done to deviate from the they killed my wife trope by using another trope. I get it. Like, I get that they're trying to explore new tropes. I feel like they can do better. It's just an icky one. It's icky. And as someone who just recently lost their 13-year-old pet, nothing makes it better. Ever. Nothing. Nothing. And that was natural causes after 13 years of companionship. Nothing. So stop pretending it did, movie. You liars. 100%. I'd literally watch Saw. I would watch any of that. I'm the same. Like, man, should I say it? Whatever. You guys get me. I'm gonna say it. When we watched that fucking Harry Potter movie, the beginning scenes are just like tiny, cute animal slaughter. I quite literally sat up in bed and goes, why can't they put a baby or person in its place? Does it have to be the cute animal? And Zach was like, and I was already just wet booger tears down my face. But that was my instinctual feeling, which is terrible. I love children and babies. But damn, why? I love the Saw movies. Yeah. Do you want to play a game? Mm-hmm. I saw most of them in theaters. Oh my God, Uncle Ben, I can't. Nope. Nope. You know what really does it for me, Murgle? And I don't know if this is because, like, I was partially raised by my grandparents after my dad died. Old man's hands. Like, those hands that look worn and fucking just... They've been a mechanic for years. Like, they're probably, like, oil stained. Those big, hard-looking, like, barky... Like, tree bark-looking fingernails. I was walking through... This was years ago. Probably, 10 years ago. I was walking through a mall with my mom, and there was a little old man sitting at a table by himself eating some ice cream. And I just looked at his hands, and they were just my grandfather's hands. Like, just these fucking life-hardened hands, garage old man hands. And I just started fucking bawling my eyes out. Does it to me in movies, too. It's weird. Same. Okari, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, honestly, this is no shade to veterinarians or people, vet assistants, vet techs, etc., who do this. Someone has to. It's just not going to be me. All the fucking respect to the vet staff who can maintain a straight face while euthanizing animals, while the family is like me, like on the ground, dying. More power to you, man, because without you, our animals would suffer forever, and that's horrible. Seriously. It's a job I just couldn't do. It's not that I don't think it should exist. It needs to exist. I mean, I don't think pain for all the like wonderful friendship and companionship our animals give us, do they deserve the last 5 years of their life to be like just like soaking in their own shit, living on painkillers? No. I would never. Yeah, I would never. You are needed. Oh, Gorg. Oh my God. Dude, I still can't. I mean, like, him and I have gotten to a point where we can talk about Millie casually, but if him and I start talking about her, like, remembering her, he starts welling up still, man. Him and Millie were like, he gets it, man. His heart gets it now. Not that I wish that's what did it, but, you know, he gets it. I mean, you guys know I binged that's how I did Hades. I have over 700 hours in Hades. Supergiant's Hades, because it was the only way to turn my brain off after Millie passed. Like, literally the only way I found that I could turn my brain off and not just cry continuous fountains of snot out of my face 24/7. I would binge Hades. Thank Satan for video games. Let me tell you guys. Oh my God. What would we do without such a wonderful distraction sometimes? For real. Like, from the things we have no power over, loss, grieving, like, there's nothing I can do. Time is all it takes. But what do you do in that time? You know what I'm saying? We're so lucky, Gorg. It's so true. I can't imagine my life without them, ever. The high gaze, yes. Oh, shit. You know, I kind of feel like we're going to get a storm. I wonder. Oh, a special needs dog came in whose elderly owner couldn't take care of him anymore. He literally started calling everyone he knew to ask who could take care of the dog. I cannot fathom. But I can do that for people. Does that say icky things about me? I hope not. I really hope not. But I totes did that for people. I was gonna say, I almost don't want to know if that puppo found a home or not, but I hope so. Bergs, I hate it so much. Hate it. Honestly, just the scene, I don't even think it's Hermione, but it's one of the main characters is walking past the room, and there's just a kid crying on a bench and an older kid with their hand around their shoulder trying to comfort them. That one fucking just, oh, I'm getting icky chills up and down my arms even thinking about it. It made me feel really gross. That part gets me a lot too. what's her name? Umbridge. One of the best created characters ever in any fiction. I've never hated someone more in any franchise. Turf bitch aside, never have I hated someone more than that fucking Umbridge cunt ever. Well done, actress. I don't know the actress's name, but holy shit, do I despise that character. Oh man, she did a good job. Oh, same. Oh, I hate that actress. Did her justice though. I mean, just snaps for that hoe. She did. I Umbridge. If you pantsed Trump and you saw his like little pale sad ginger bush, the mushroom head poking out would be Umbridge. Man. Okay, I have to go get my good dog's collars. On that note, don't think about Umbridge. Think about her as Trump's penis, because that's funny. Go be cool with my friend Alchemy. I love you. Bye.